would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it! He's up past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40, he could go all the way! Oh my goodness! Here is Talon Witt, he's gonna pitch it out. Now it's a pass, Mason Witt wide open as Thomas Hendricks. He's gonna go for the touchdown! So it ends up being a Falls. Now the Cardinals look to go on offense here. Here's Julian Ramos. He'll take a shot, and he finds it back. Now I've got a ball threaded through and a chance here. Coming up the left side, and here's a shot and a goal! Send it back over. Rupert with the dig. The Zimple back setting for Crocht. Her hit dug out. Ramsey will set it up to Reller again. Rejected! Oh my! And work the punt back into the outer's end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score! Now another rebound. That gets blocked. Breakout pass. Thornburg up the right side. He's got room. Takes the shot. Save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault Pike. He's up high on the... Well, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move that bail as a release move is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, he's worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold here. There you go. Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom. Samson Hagstrom drives, and then three-point shots, and the Otters trail by just 3 at 14-11. Here's Alexandria's Ali Habala curling into the lane, sends it into the left corner where Toole is open and chills the front court. Here's Habala out top, now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo! On YouTube. Our thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage all throughout the 2025-26 school year. Mission Mechanical brings you the Voice of Alexandria app. If you don't already have that in your mobile phone, you can download that for free from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. It should be a fun week of home events here in the community of Alexandria. We start tonight with Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer. We've got Alexandria girls swimming and diving on the air this coming Thursday night when the Cardinals host the St. Cloud Tech Tigers over at the Discovery Middle School pool. And then, of course, homecoming week includes the Cardinals football game on Friday when Alexandria has Elk River visiting in what is a rematch of last year's Prep Bowl, which was won by the Elk River Elks. Mike Empting's Alexandria team has posted back-to-back victories to get to 2-1 on the year. The Elk River Elks are undefeated in 3 games so far here in 2025. JP Bolin is our videographer for the YouTube coverage tonight. Jeff James normally joins us for broadcast coverage on our latent media platforms. Jeff is unavailable tonight as he and the family are down in the Twin Cities. Jeff and Stacey James' daughter Kylie is a senior at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. And the Cobber women's soccer team is facing the Hamlin Pipers tonight down in the Twin Cities. So JJ is not with us. We will have a mystery guest announcer joining us at the top of the hour. I believe this individual is in transit right now. I got the text confirmation from this individual a little while ago. And this person will be joining us right near the kickoff of Alexandria and St. Cloud Apollo in boys soccer. I don't want to necessarily reveal all the details, but the individual does have some connections to the Alexandria boys soccer program. I think he has some connections as well in other endeavors to Alexandria Public Schools. But anyway, as we get closer to the top of the hour, once this person joins us on the air, we'll give the full introduction and get caught up with this individual who is on the way to the Alexandria Lakes area even as we speak. Again, this person will be with us right at the top of the hour. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer, the man at Master Control in downtown Alexandria. Our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming help to bring you our coverage tonight. We extend a special appreciation to Juttner Motors for being the presenting sponsor of our pre-match coverage. We're going to take a break during our Juttner Motors pre-match show. When we come back in our next segment, we'll have our Alexandria Health Coaches Comments feature as the interim head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, Phil Pham, will be along with us. But right now, on our latent media platforms, including KXRA Radio and our YouTube channel, we'll enjoy these messages from our boosters of Cardinal sports programming.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juttner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juttner Motors your best price dealer.
We welcome you back to more of our Juttner Motors pregame show as we come to you on KXRA Radio. And thanks for watching our coverage tonight. We've got the live video with the KXRA play-by-play on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. I am DMAC Dave McClurg, and it's time for our Coach's Comments feature brought to you by Alexandria Health. It's better here. Joining me right now is the interim head coach of the Alexandria boys soccer team, Phil Pham. Phil, I know that your team had a couple of CLC matches last week. One was actually a latent media broadcast up in Fergus Falls where your Cardinals were able to prevail by a final of 2-0. How did you feel about the way the team came out and performed last Tuesday against the Otters?
Yeah, so that was a really good game for us. Typically that midseason slump hits a lot of teams, and we wanted to make an effort to not let it hit us. Being able to show up and win 2-0 in a big CLC matchup and have fun while doing it was paramount for our team's success moving forward.
I know that we had the pleasure of visiting with one of your players after the win. Rogan Anderson came up, and I know you mentioned during your summary that you shared with our listeners the following day that he was the Gator Light Player of the Night and everything. Did you feel he was really important in trying to get some separation from Fergus Falls?
Yeah, he was a big part of that defensive effort. So Fergus Falls has an incredible player in Beja, and being able to essentially shut him down for most of the game, is big. Not stabbing at the ball and just being able to stand him up, let him do his moves, and ultimately have to move backwards is the goal. So that was very good.
And then your team was able to capitalize. I think the first goal came in the closing moments of the first half. I think, as a team that yields a goal in the final minute of a half, it can be kind of distressing. But how exciting was it to score that first goal right at the end of the half?
Yeah, so that goal came in the 45 seconds left of the half, and going into halftime, that kind of reinvigorated our team as we thought that we should have scored more. So they were kind of down on themselves, and then getting that goal towards the end, really jump-started that second half.
And, of course, I believe Patrick Klecker had the finish on that one, and then Julian Ramos was able to tack on another one in the second half. I had heard from Rogan after the win. He kind of complimented Julian of being a rather unselfish player, and that, the teammates like to see him shoot a little bit more. How fun was it to see him get a pretty long-distance connection there?
Yeah, that was an incredible shot, from 35 yards out. That's no easy feat. Big thing is trying to unlock him. I've been trying to figure out where he goes, where he fits in our system all season, and trying to have him have fun and not just put him in a role where we just stick him and have him kind of agree with it. So having him be able to find that goal, celebrate with his teammates, come to the sideline, celebrate with his teammates, and have fun, that's really important to us as a team.
Phil, I know the most recent competition was right here at Viking Bank Field on Thursday night when Alexandria and Brainerd played a varsity doubleheader. Your guys got the back end of the doubleheader, and that ended up being a 1-0 victory. I understand that the only goal of the match was scored pretty early on. It wasn't a last-minute goal or anything like that, but how would you describe what unfolded against your conference and section rival?
Yeah, so Brainerd's an incredibly talented team that I don't think that their record really shows. A lot of teams come into the game really underestimating them, but they're a very strong and physical team. We scored that goal in the first 3 minutes, and it felt like we were just kind of staving off, wave after wave of crashing wave, until the game ended. So kudos to them for just putting on the pressure and having us really sink back and dig our heels in to keep them out. But it was a really, really good game.
Alexandria was able to prevail by a final of 1-0, and the Cardinals still undefeated at this point of the season. Phil, in essence, tonight's match against St. Cloud Apollo does begin the second half of the regular season schedule, but if you were to do a mid-season progress report, what has encouraged you about the team's performances so far, and maybe what concerns you might have at this point?
Yeah, so team cohesiveness has been really good. Everybody's kind of playing with each other. People are starting to understand like the higher level concepts of soccer, and not so much, we're not working on, hey, can we make a 5-yard pass? We're working on, a low block or a mid block. Being able to work on those items instead of the basics, mid-season is a huge boon to our success. One thing that we took from the Hamlin women's team is actually their coach focuses on habits, concepts, and games. So every practice starts with a habit that we work on, and then we apply that habit to a concept, and then we apply that concept to the team that we're playing. And so having that kind of, structure to our practices keeps our focus up and, kind of prevents that mid-season slump that I mentioned before.
We are visiting right now with Phil Pham, the interim head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer team, prior to tonight's homecoming match as Alexandria hosts St. Cloud Apollo at the Viking Bank Field, Alexandria Area High School Stadium. We will look forward to bringing you the play-by-play as we get into the 7 o'clock hour. Phil, really an important week because you really have 3 good teams on the schedule. I think it goes Apollo at home, then St. Cloud Tech down at their place for a doubleheader, and then I think Elk River on the road on Saturday. How do you pace the week in terms of, do you focus on, your team specifically and then, worry about the opponent on the game night, or do you prepare schematically for Apollo on Monday and then prepare for Tech on Wednesday and prepare for Elk River on Friday? I mean, how does the structure of the week go when you're practicing every other day?
Yeah, so we usually try to review film of the previous night's game the next day. That gives a little bit of a break in practice and player load. And then as far as going over opponent's film, we try to let the players do that in their own time. I'll send out a link to whatever game that I can find, see if there's any weaknesses that we can exploit, and then pregame of that match, or maybe the bus right down, we'll go over some key points that we saw, and then that'll be kind of our focus and our game plan.
St. Cloud Apollo comes in, I think, having won 5 or 6 games. I know they had a week last week. They had a 3-match week. I think it started with a win and then a couple of defeats right after that. Seems to me, looking at some of their scores and everything, they've got some guys that can put the ball into the back of the net, but it seems like Apollo has yielded a few goals too.
Yeah, so Apollo's a super strong team. They've always been strong. Really, if we play the way that our system is designed to be played, I think that we should be able to stand them up. They have some incredible players that that can make things happen, but we just have to be aware of that and just kind of play our game and not let us get sucked into the way that they play, and we'll be okay.
Ultimately, if you were to break down some specifics for the match tonight, what ultimately has to happen for your team to notch a win against a CLC foe and maintain that top spot in the conference?
Yeah, so biggest thing for us is switching the side of the ball. Apollo has that we identified on film that they kind of leave the backside open and they crowd one side, and so being able to swing the ball through the middle and switch the ball to the other side is going to be paramount to our success tonight.
Very good. Phil, we appreciate the opportunity to visit with you before the match. Good luck to you in the Alexandria Cardinals, and thank you for the time.
Absolutely.
There is the interim head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals varsity boys soccer team, Phil Pham, our special guest as part of our Coach's Comments feature presented to you on our Leighton Media properties by Alamere Health. It's better here. And we are coming to you from Viking Bank Field on the Alexandria Area High School campus. Still a few minutes away from the start of tonight's varsity match as Alexandria and St. Cloud Apollo match up. It's the only meeting of the year between these two teams. The Apollo Eagles, I believe, are playing their 11th game of the year. Under head coach Charlotte Albrecht, St. Cloud Apollo has gone 6-3-1 up to this point of the year. For Alexandria, it is match number 9 on the ledger, and the Cardinals under interim head coach Phil Pham have gone 5-0-3 to start the 2025 season. Presently, Alexandria is leading the way in the Central Lakes Conference, but they'll have 2 very tough tests this week against the St. Cloud area schools. Apollo in Alexandria tonight, and then St. Cloud Tech will be hosting the Cardinals on Thursday. That is a varsity doubleheader with the Alexandria girls soccer teams, but this is the first year that Apollo and Tech have paired for girls soccer. They both have standalone programs in boys soccer. So the schedule on Thursday at Tiger Stadium in St. Cloud will have the St. Cloud Tech boys soccer team hosting Alexandria at 5, and then the girls soccer match between the Cardinals and the St. Cloud Crush will follow at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. And then on Saturday, both of the Alexandria varsity soccer teams will be in Elk River. That is a doubleheader of competition for the Alexandria girls and boys soccer teams coming up on Saturday. Elk River is a new section rival for Alexandria in both girls soccer and boys soccer as well. Again, we are about 10 minutes away from the start of tonight's varsity soccer match with St. Cloud Apollo facing Alexandria. Again, I will have a special broadcast partner tonight. The individual is on the way to the Alexandria Area High School campus. It is a spot that this individual is quite familiar with. In fact, I think Viking Bank Field at the Alexandria Area High School Stadium is also a very familiar venue for the individual that will be joining me tonight as my guest broadcast partner, as Jeff James is off tonight from broadcasting. JJ and his family are down in the Twin Cities, but we'll look forward to having more Jeff James on the air for our Alexandria Cardinal soccer coverage coming up in the month of October. That's going to do it for our pre-match coverage presented to you by Juttner Motors in Alexandria. Juttner Motors will be along to present the post-match coverage later tonight following the play-by-play of Central Lakes Conference Varsity Boys Soccer with St. Cloud Apollo at Alexandria. Now on our latent media platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube and on KXRA Radio, we'll enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best. Piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
From Viking Bank Field on the Alexandria Area High School campus, Alexandria Cardinal Boys Soccer is on the air. As you watch on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, thanks for listening to us on the radio as well on a KXRA, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. This is DMAC Dave McClurg. Again, I will have a special guest announcer joining me for our play-by-play broadcast tonight. The individual has some connections to the Alexandria Boys Soccer program. The individual's also in transit. In fact, he's likely arriving in the Alexandria area as we speak. So we will share some more information and reveal who our guest announcer is coming up when he takes to the microphone. So there's another clue. The individual's a young man that will be joining us for our coverage tonight. So we look forward to that. Jeff James will be back with us in October when we continue with more Alexandria girls and boys soccer coverage. I know we're going to have the presentation of the national anthem brought to you by Carlson Music Center before we have the play-by-play of tonight's broadcast. We'll also be introducing the lineups, again presented by Alamere Health. It's better here. Right now, though, we're going to talk a little bit about the keys to tonight's match. Our keys to the match brought to you by Alexandria Motors, where it's one low price, plain and simple always. Let's drive with Alexandria Motors. For the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles under head coach Charlotte Albrecht, they've got good overall team speed. They're going to try to utilize that speed, and they've got some guys that can finish off, and they're going to try to do that tonight as well. For Alexandria, as Coach Phil Pham mentioned during the pre-match coverage, try to switch the side of the ball because Apollo will tend to play toward one side. So try to keep that ball moving side to side, and that can benefit the Alexandria cause. Keys to tonight's match brought to you by by Alexandria Motors, where it's one low price, plain and simple always. Now the introduction of the St. Cloud Apollo and Alexandria starting lineups, brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. The goalkeeper for the Apollo Eagles, the visitors on the scoreboard, will be Omar Bustillo Chavez. He is an upperclassman like his goalkeeping counterpart, who we will mention momentarily. He will be joined on the field by Tala Muhammad. Also on the field, Zach Kino for St. Cloud Apollo, Sebastian Machado, Mohammed Amin Ahmed, Abdirahman Salad, Samuel Gipley, Abdul Rahman will be a starter tonight for the Apollo Eagles, along with Yasin Guzman Lainez, Eslin Kale, and Mubarak Shire. St. Cloud Apollo presently 6-3-1 on the year under head coach Charlotte Albrecht. The Eagles went 1-2 last week and are looking to have a bounce. They started their week last night with a victory over North Branch, so that raised the Apollo record to 6-3-1 on the year. Your starting lineup, again presented to you by Alamere Health for the Alexandria Cardinals, includes senior goalkeeper Ethan Carlson. He has performed very well in net for Alexandria this year. He'll be joined on the field by Jacobo Ramos, a sophomore, Rogan Anderson, a junior, senior Francisco Rodriguez, junior Graham Odland, freshman Cohen Medway, sophomore Julian Ramos, junior Patrick Klecker. I think Julian has a few more years attached to that. I think he might be a senior. It's a misprint on the program here, but Julian Ramos getting the start for Alexandria tonight. Junior Patrick Klecker will be on the field as well for Alexandria. He'll be joined by senior Auden Zeller, sophomore Sawyer Blair, and senior Bo Jones. Phil Pham is the interim head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals. Cale Collins, Zach Lamb, and Dwight Van Teflin, the assistants for the Alexandria boys soccer team. Again, tonight's match begins the second half of the regular season schedule for Alexandria. The Cardinals so far in this season 5-0-1 in the Central Lakes Conference, and the Cardinals overall record at 5-0-3. So 2 ties outside of league play for Alexandria. Again, our thanks to Alamere Health for the introduction of the lineups prior to tonight's varsity boys soccer match. We are about to hear our national anthem as we honor our country. The presentation of the national anthem during our late media broadcast of Alexandria Cardinal Sports, brought to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. carlsonmusiccenter.com. Now, the honoring of the United States with the presentation of our national anthem. Again, the introduction of our national anthem prior to tonight's play-by-play presented to you by our friends at Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. As you're watching tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, in the opening half, St. Cloud Apollo will be, I believe, approaching out of the north goal, so flowing left to right, which means Alexandria will defend the south half of the field. The Alexandria Cardinals are wearing the red and black rugby style, or I should say rugby striped jerseys, and I spoke incorrectly. Alexandria will actually be approaching south to north here, so left to right will be the flow for the Alexandria Cardinals in the opening half. So St. Cloud Apollo, as the Eagles continue to huddle up around their head coach Charlotte Albrecht and the rest of the Apollo players. I think it's one of Apollo's starters, Eslin Kale, that is getting his team fired up. The Apollo Eagles, the school colors are the patriotic red, white, and blue. Apollo wearing the white jersey tops, white shorts. Many of the Apollo players wearing the white socks as well, and the blue numerals. Mostly sunny skies. Our temperature at game time around 78 degrees. We appreciate you joining us for the coverage tonight here on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, and we appreciate you watching our coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel. We can make it a mystery no longer as we welcome our guest broadcaster tonight from the Alexandria Area High School class of 2025, a member for several years of the Alexandria Varsity boys soccer team. Otto Anderson, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, D-Mac.
Thanks, first of all, for making the trip from the Fargo-Moorhead area. It's great to have you in. Ironically, homecoming week as well, so
yeah,
you're back
awesome.
Back in the Alexandria community. But I know you've had the chance to watch some Alexandria boys soccer so far this year. What has impressed you about your alma mater?
Well, you know, they're undefeated, and that's something that is really impressive. They just continue to take every opponent and take them down. So it's good to see that.
I know that I had the chance to interact with you when Jeff James, J.P. Bolin, and I were up in Fergus Falls last Tuesday night. Was that the first opportunity you had to watch Alexandria play this fall? Or?
Yes, it was, and they did amazing.
Very good. Otto Anderson will be along with us. He is in from North Dakota State University, where he's a student athlete, part of the Bison Division I men's track and field program there. But he's joining us for the radio coverage tonight. And St. Cloud Apollo with the early possession in the Alexandria end. And a shot is going to be rolled toward the keeper, Ethan Carlson. And he'll scoop the ball up and look to give it up on a punt here. And we're into minute number 2 of tonight's match here at Alexandria Area High School's Viking Bank Field. Now the Alexandria Cardinals look to gain possession. Rogan Anderson trying to redirect it ahead, and now St. Cloud Apollo is going to look to send it the other way. And then a Cardinal player was a little bit slow in getting off the turf. I think that was Auden Zeller.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Phil Pham is going to go to his bench right away. I think Zeller may be checking out, and we'll see Ryan Sandin entering for the first time tonight. Is it a little bit unusual, Otto, coming into the stadium where obviously you had many memorable moments, not only on the soccer pitch, but also on this track?
Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing it from this high up. Usually I'm down on the field or track, but it's a cool new perspective, and I'm excited to...
Very good. And I believe after the incident, a St. Cloud Apollo player got a yellow card here, and I think it's going to be Zach Keno who got the yellow, so he's going to have to check out here. And right, yeah, he's
he should.
He is. I think so far maybe it was somebody else that did go to the bench, and I just didn't notice it. I saw the yellow come out very
I did
late.
too. I don't know what it was, though.
Yeah, so I think Alexandria should be should be awarded a free kick here after the stoppage here. So already just in the second minute of the match, a yellow card on St. Cloud Apollo. So the Cardinals are going to, again, be awarded the free kick. This will be on Alexandria's side of the field. If you are watching on our YouTube channel tonight, Alexandria in the first half will be flowing left to right. So the Cardinals basically going from the north end zone to the south end zone, the way the soccer pitch is set up here. And Carlson will get a short pass over to Jacobo Ramos, and then he tried to connect with Bo Jones, but now it's going to be played over to the left side, and the Cardinals will try to work it up the sideline. And now play it into the midfield area. Now a ball intended for Julian Ramos got broken up, and St. Cloud Apollo is looking to come the other way, but now Alexandria regains possession. Ramos with it, trying to work up on a dribble, now feeds one ahead toward Cohen Medway. The pass a little bit wide. St. Cloud Apollo will look to sweep it back the other way. Now it's Sebastian Machado getting a touch here for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. He's going to drop it back to one of his teammates, Jason Guzman-Lainez. Now Guzman-Lainez has it back. He'll play a ball over to the far side. It will be played up the sideline by St. Cloud Apollo, and now controlled here by Abdirahman Salad. He'll send a long ball up the right side. Alexandria intercepts, and now the Cardinals will look to redirect and now play it out along the side. So a throw-in will be coming up for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles right at the edge of the midfield third on Alexandria's side of the field. So Apollo looking to be on the attack here. Early moments of tonight's match, it's Alexandria nothing, St. Cloud Apollo nothing. Glenwood State Bank will bring you our scoreboard updates tonight during our broadcast of Prep Boys Soccer. Otto Anderson from the Alexandria Area High School class of 2025 is joining me, Dave McClurg, for the coverage tonight. Great to have Otto along with us for the broadcast this evening. Now the Eagles are going to get a shot. It's a left-footed shot right on the keeper, Ethan Carlson. So Ethan will make the save, and that will be his second in the early moments of the game. You know, I think we had a broadcast, Otto, of your team down at St. Cloud Apollo last year when the Cardinals, I believe, prevailed by a 2-1 score. But I always think that when Apollo and Alexandria get together, these have the capability of being rather high-scoring affairs.
Yes, and always super competitive. These are two very, very well-rounded teams, and it's going to be fun to see them play out through the night.
So no score as we're now into the fifth minute of the opening half. Alexandria will try to work the ball up the sideline, and it does go out. And we'll have a throw-in coming up for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. The Shadows, for the most part, are covering the majority of the field, although I think the goalkeepers, Omar Bustillo Chavez and Ethan Carlson, are still in some sunlight. Alexandria gets a ball ahead, and a shot by Julian Ramos hugs the turf, but Bustillo Chavez will make the save for St. Cloud Apollo. And he will look to give up the football. He is a left-handed punter or left-footed punter, I should say, for St. Cloud Apollo. Now the ball through the midfield area. St. Cloud Apollo challenging for it, and now it's Eslin Kale looking to redirect it ahead. Cardinals getting a touch here. Graham Odland looking to play the ball over toward Patrick Klecker. Now an opportunity here. St. Cloud Apollo getting onside at the edge of the box, working down on the dribble here, and I think the ball got knocked off an Alexandria player by Zach Kano, and I think the Eagles are going to get their first corner kick in tonight's match. And, of course, Otto, corner kicks can be scoring opportunities for the team that takes them.
Definitely. All it needs is one little tap, and it can go right into the net. So that's what they're going to look for here. Hopefully
it's defended. It's kind of a hook toward the net and headed away by one of the Alexandria defenders.
That was Graham.
Excellent. So now a race the other way for the Alexandria Cardinals, and coming up is Rogan Anderson with a burst of speed. He's sent wide in the attack zone now. Rogan being challenged by a St. Cloud Apollo player. Rogan Anderson's going to send one across. Here's an opportunity on a shot. That got blocked on the attempt there for Graham Odland, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to clear it back the other way. away. Now the Eagles have one of their attackers, Zach Kanow, working up, and I think we had a stoppage there. And
offsides.
Yep, and we will see. I know last year when we covered your match down at St. Cloud Apollo, I think the Eagles got whistled for offside a couple of times in that match.
Yeah, they like to look for the outside flanks.
Okay. So
that's what got them here.
Yep, a free kick coming for Alexandria here in minute number 7 of the match. And the free kick will be coming just shy of the midfield stripe, so about 65 yards away from the Apollo goal. Bo Jones is going to send it through, and then it's going to be cleared back out to the near side. A challenge here between an Apollo player and Alexandria Sawyer Blair, and I think we had a foul, and I think the Cardinals are going to get a free kick here. And Julian Ramos will have the chance to try this free kick for Alexandria. Julian, one of the upperclassmen for the 2025 Alexandria Cardinals, bends one toward the middle of the field, and then the header shot is going to go
just wide.
Yeah, a little bit wide left of the goal, so the Eagles will be awarded the goal kick here. Now we're going to have Auden Zeller re-entering the match for the Alexandria Cardinals, and I think Ryan Sandin will check out, heading over to the Alexandria bench. Now the goal kick here, and it's played up into the midfield third. Looking to race the other way, Sebastian Machado. Alexandria has some defenders back, and now a little bit of a bump. Machado trying to gain possession here. Now it's going to be played back out, and Alexandria will try to clear it away. Cohen Medway trying to play it up, and now it's going to be kept in. Another opportunity, and a crossing attempt goes wide. Nobody on the opposite side for St. Cloud Apollo to take that ball from Zach Kanow on the cross attempt there. And now the ball gets played back out. St. Cloud Apollo will look to reset at the edge of the attacking third. We're now into the 9th minute of the opening half. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard has a 0-0 match in progress right now. Alexandria having its homecoming match in boys soccer, hosting the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. Now Alexandria regains possession. Here's a pass that comes up toward Medway. It gets redirected by the Apollo Eagles. And now here comes Kanow looking to possess it for St. Cloud Apollo, but Medway got it back. Now the Cardinals will look to reverse the ball and play it up the right side. St. Cloud Apollo is going to put some pressure on. And here comes the Eagles. Attacker, Jason Guzman-Lainez playing it ahead, and this one will be taken by Ethan Carlson, and he'll look to punt the ball away. Now in minute number 10 of this opening half on a gorgeous night for prep soccer in the Alexandria community. Now the ball played over toward the far side, a challenge here, and St. Cloud Apollo is able to keep it in. Now the Eagles will come up with a thrust up the right side. Now it's going to be dropped off. The crossing attempt got broken up by Alexandria. Now the Cardinals looking to come the other way. And I think we had a handball.
No, there's a player down.
Oh,
I
see.
35.
Yep. So a player a little bit slow in getting up. For our latent media platforms here, we're going to take a 30-second timeout, nearly 10 minutes into the opening half on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria and St. Cloud Apollo are scoreless.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
We are ready to resume action here at Viking Bank Field on the Alexandria Area High School campus. After a player went down, Ethan Carlson awarded a free kick. It's played up into the midfield area and then sent out by St. Cloud Apollo along the far side. So Alexandria will be awarded the throw-in here. Cardinals have had a couple of shots at goalkeeper Omar Bustillo Chavez. One save for the senior keeper so far for St. Cloud Apollo. Now the Cardinals look to attack. It comes over to the right side. Jackson Bertram now in. He sends one across, and St. Cloud Apollo is able to break it up and sweep that ball across the sideline. Of course, you're looking for a cross that might connect to a teammate there, Otto, to lead to a scoring chance.
That was close. It just snuck through everybody, and no one really got a chance to connect with it and put it in the line.
And, to his credit, Deslin Kale, I thought, for St. Cloud Apollo, did a nice job at knowing where the ball was and knowing where the sideline was as well and sweeping it over there. Now a bouncing ball to the goalkeeper, and Omar Bustillo Chavez will punt it away here. No scores. We're now into minute number 12 of the opening half here at Alexandria Area High School Stadium. It's DMAC, joined tonight by Alexandria Area High School graduate from the class of 2025, multi-talented athlete Otto Anderson, along with us for the coverage tonight. Otto, presently a student athlete at Division I North Dakota State University up in the Fargo-Moorhead area. And now the Alexandria Cardinals' Julian Ramos able to control on the dribble. He's going to drop the ball off into the direction of Cohen Medway. Now ahead to Rogan Anderson. Now a chase for the ball, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to regain control. Sebastian Machado trying to possess here. Now it comes toward teammate Mohamed Amin Ahmed, and it's going to be played over to the right side. No score, and now it's Kale. He's going to try to direct the offense. Now Alexandria regains possession at the edge of the midfield third. Again, if you're watching, Alexandria wearing the darker jerseys, the rugby-style red and black up and down stripes with the black shorts, the large white numerals on the back of the Alexandria uniforms. And for radio broadcasters such as myself and Jeff James, that is a nice sight to see. Large numerals on the back of the jerseys. So kudos to whoever had the design. You didn't have any factor, Otto, as a student athlete in the design of the uniform, did you?
Nope.
Okay. I know I don't know if you recall, but the current shirts we give out to our quality Toyota players of the game, I think you had some influence on that.
I remember that one.
We asked Otto and some of his then track and field teammates a couple of springs ago what he thought about the red screen print on the white T-shirt, and I believe Otto's reaction was, "That's sick." So I took that as affirmative, and we have adopted that this school year. So here's Alexandria being awarded a throw-in deep in the St. Cloud Apollo end. Ball comes up, it's cleared away. Now it's going to be kept at the top of the penalty box, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to play it out. Now the Eagles looking to control on the dribble here, quickly crossing midfield. Now the ball gets redirected here by Auden Zeller of Alexandria. Now a long ball up the right side for St. Cloud Apollo. Again, they've got some excellent athletes with some terrific speed. Now the Cardinals get it right at the edge of the penalty box area. Now Alexandria is going to sweep it over to the far side, and St. Cloud Apollo will be awarded a throw-in. Gabriel Jacobson is getting set to enter the match for St. Cloud Apollo. His first action of the night, I believe Mohamed Amin Ahmed will check out for the Eagles. Now a throw-in for St. Cloud Apollo. Again, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, the Eagles are wearing the white jersey tops, white shorts as well. So dark uniforms belong to Alexandria. The lighter colored uniforms belong to St. Cloud Apollo. Apollo 6-3-1 coming in. Alexandria 5-0-3. Here's a crossing attempt, and it's cleared away. But now the Cardinals not able to clear out, and I think St. Cloud Apollo is going to be awarded a corner kick here.
Yep.
And that will be the second of the match for the Eagles. This one will come from the opposite corner, the northeast corner of the field. Alexandria will try to defend this. Again, it's bent in front. It doesn't touch anyone, and it's going to bounce away. And we may have had a foul being called because it looks like Alexandria will be awarded a free kick here. And, Otto, I know that you've been in the action for a lot of corner kicks, generally in front of the net and everything. How physical does it get down there?
It can get pretty physical. You just got to hold your own ground, keep your arms down, and you should be all right. As soon as those arms come up, which is what we just saw, that's when you're going to get that call.
Yeah, so St. Cloud Apollo now repossessing the ball back in the midfield area. Jacobson is looking to play it forward, but his pass got broken up here by Andrew Mayer. Now it's going to be played over along the far side. St. Cloud Apollo regains control. Crossing midfield, now a long ball ahead, but it's broken up here by Sawyer Blair of Alexandria. Cardinals and the Apollo Eagles are scoreless as we're in the first half of varsity boys soccer at Alexandria Area High School Stadium. Homecoming week of broadcasts begin with boys soccer tonight on a gorgeous night as Alexandria and St. Cloud Apollo meet for the only time this year. Now a crossing attempt by the Eagles at the edge of the penalty box area, and it's going to be cleared out. Now St. Cloud Apollo's Gabriel Jacobson's going to play it back. Now the Eagles will look to execute some short passes. I see Micah Kitzman, the sophomore, is now on the pitch for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now Alexandria regains control. Here comes Julian Ramos. He's going to send a long ball, and it's going to be a race the other way, and the Eagles are able to defend, but I think we're going to have a stoppage here. That was right at the top of the penalty box area. Is a foul going to be called in the box?
That's going to be close. I think it's just outside, but we'll see what the ref has to say.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be a free kick outside of the penalty box area. So I think Ethan Carlson is going to come down and, apply his 2 cents worth. But looks like the Cardinals are going to get this free kick about 23 yards away from the Eagles' goal.
Yeah.
So this allows St. Cloud Apollo to have some defenders in front. So it's not just a one-on-one with the attacker here being Julian Ramos. But he'll try to make a strong shot and work it through to try to give Alexandria the lead. Again, Ramos awaiting his turn, and he'll take the shot. It gets knocked down in that wall that was set up by St. Cloud Apollo. Played back now. Bo Jones is going to send it over to Rogan Anderson. He'll play it over to Sawyer Blair on the right side. Blair looking to work through on the dribble, looking to take the shot. He does put the shot right on the keeper, and Omar Bustillo Chavez will make the save, and that will be his second here in the opening half.
Yeah, now, that was one of the best looks Alex has had.
Yeah, so still no score. Punt is going to be bouncing, and it's going to go out. And I think that's going to lead us to another break here on our Leighton Media platforms. 19th minute of the match is in progress, and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer, Alexandria and St. Cloud Apollo remain scoreless.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
As we come back to live action from Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School, the Apollo Eagles are going to be awarded a free kick, and Sebastian Machado is getting that free kick from about 50 yards out, and he sends it over the goal, and that's going to result in a goal kick for Alexandria. Otto, when you're an attacker and you're awarded a free kick out in that spot of the field, do you have a certain strategy that you would employ?
For me, I like to use my head to flick the ball, kind of misdirect it in a way the goalie's not expecting.
Okay.
So kind of just in the air, anywhere I can get ahead, or any part of your body besides your hand.
So St. Cloud Apollo now possesses the ball again. Still no scores. We're approaching the midpoint of the first half. Sebastian Machado, a sophomore for St. Cloud Apollo, gives the ball off to Gabriel Jacobson. Now it comes back to Jonathan Morales, who is seeing some time on the pitch here for Apollo. St. Cloud Apollo 6-3-1 on the season. They will be a challenger for a Section 8 AA title this year. I think their crosstown rivals, St. Cloud Tech, seem to have the knack of coming through to get section titles under Coach Dan Stotterow. They've won a number of section championships over the last several years. And of course, the section makeup a little bit different. Otto, when you found out that Alexandria was going up in class, not only in boys soccer, but in track and field in the spring, what were your early reactions?
Well, right away I was like, well, good thing I graduate. Okay. But you know what? I think it's a great opportunity for Alexandria to really find better competition to improve our sports, and just they got to take it with a grain of salt and know that these teams are also beatable, and they lose too. So.
Exactly. I know it means a little more of a metro area flavor when you come to the playoffs, although Brainerd and Moorhead are now section opponents for Alexandria. Mm-hmm. Elk River and Bemidji are section opponents, and then I think it's Buffalo, St. Michael, Albertville, Elk River, and Monticello. So some pretty solid competition there. Monticello is in for one and not the other as Alexandria gets a shot off. Patrick Klecker taking one that gets deflected by the keeper, but it goes across the end line. So the Cardinals should be getting their first corner kick of the match here. And it's going to be put in the near corner, the southwest corner here at Viking Bank Field. And it's going to be Cohen Medway who will take that corner kick for Alexandria. Now, do you think he tries to hook it, being that he's a left-footed kicker here? Or?
You know, possibly. But kind of. It was just a little bit long.
Yep, as it kind of hooked through the scoring area right out in front of the net, and then it kind of sailed out. So it ends up being a goal kick here for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. Still no scores. We're now into minute number 23 of tonight's match. Otto Anderson from the Alexandria Area High School class of 2025 joins me, DMAC, as the broadcasting duo tonight as you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. And thanks for listening to us on the radio at KXRA, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Now the Cardinals try to regain possession. Rogan Anderson will try to steer one ahead, but it's going to be intercepted here by Jacobson for St. Cloud Apollo. He's going to send it off to the right. Then it comes back to Gabriel Jacobson. Now a long pass to the right side. Across comes in front. The ball got tipped away by Ethan Carlson back outside the penalty box area, but St. Cloud Apollo will look to set up. Jonathan Morales will send it in front to Kale, and his shot on goal smothered by Ethan Carlson, and now he will recover the ball and make the save. So Ethan Carlson, who had back-to-back shutouts last week against Fergus Falls and against Brainerd, has kept Apollo off the scoreboard for more than 23 minutes. The punt away, a challenge here, and I think we did have a late whistle.
Yeah.
I think Micah Kitzman was mixing it up with a St. Cloud Apollo player, and the foul, I believe, got called on the Eagles.
Yeah, so we'll get a free kick here.
Yep, this one will be coming from about 42, 43 yards away from the goal line. And this time it's going to be senior Francisco Rodriguez who will take the free kick. It's put on the right football hash mark, so kind of on the narrow side of the field. And Rodriguez approaches the ball, and a header shot is going to go a little bit wide. The strategy seemed to be good there.
Yeah, that was a good look. That was a great play.
But the header attempt, and I think that was Patrick Klecker who sent it a little bit wide. So now as Apollo gets awarded the goal kick, we're going to see Julian Ramos re-enter, and Francisco Rodriguez will check out.
Yep.
So still no score. Now into the 25th minute of tonight's match here at Viking Bank Field. Alexandria and Apollo. The Cardinals at 5-0-3 on the year, leading the Central Lakes Conference at 5-0-1. That one non-victory was a tie against the Rocori Spartans back in the first couple of weeks of the regular season. In fact, Alexandria started off with a pair of ties against St. Cloud Cathedral and against Rocori. So since then, Phil Pham's team has gone 5-0-1. Now Alexandria looking to possess the ball with some short balls. Now it's going to come back, and the Cardinals will work it up the right side, but St. Cloud Apollo is going to intercept. Gabriel Jacobson has it for the Eagles. Now a challenge here as it's going to be Graham Odland and an Apollo player getting to it, and I think we're going to have a whistle. Foul on St. Cloud Apollo and a free kick forthcoming for the Alexandria Cardinals. Are we seeing a physical match in progress here, Otto, or is it more physical now than it was at the early moments? What's your read in terms of that?
Slowly, I think as we are scoreless still, people are wanting to score. They're wanting the ball. Might be getting a little bit more aggressive.
Yep, and as a result, you might have some more whistles being blown. But after the Alexandria free kick, St. Cloud Apollo is going to bring it back the other way. Sebastian Machado is going to play it over to the right side toward Abdirahman Salad, and it's going to be sent out. But the Eagles are going to be awarded a throw-in. I think we're going to have Suleiman Abukar now entering for St. Cloud Apollo. He'll come in here in the 27th minute of the match. Alexandria nothing, St. Cloud Apollo nothing. The one draw for the Apollo Eagles in their 10 matches so far was against their crosstown rivals. Apollo and Tech play each other just one time this year, and that ended up being a scoreless tie. Now the Eagles get the ball. Here's a crossing attempt, and a shot goes a little bit wide. Oh my, I think Sawyer Blair was trying to clear that, but St. Cloud Apollo was able to get a shot. I get the feeling, Otto, that the Cardinals may have caught a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Let's see if we're going to have a corner kick. I think evidently the ball may have been shot by the Apollo player, but off Alexandria, so St. Cloud Apollo is going to be awarded a third corner kick here. This one will be coming from the near corner on the northwest side. And it's going to be played up, and it's bouncing in the penalty box area, and the Cardinals do a nice job clearing it back and clearing it out. I think we're going to take another 30-second break along our Leighton Media platforms. 28th minute of the match, and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria and St. Cloud Apollo remain scoreless.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
The Alexandria Cardinals come back with a bit of a burst on their own into the offensive end. A shot attempt by Graham Odlin got cleared off the end line, so the Cardinals should be awarded a corner kick here. This will be coming in the 29th minute of the match. Francisco Rodriguez re-entering here for Alexandria. I think this is Cohen Medway again on the corner kick. Ball headed away by St. Cloud Apollo. Let's see if the Cardinals get another corner.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yep, that's going to be the ruling here. So back-to-back corner kicks here for the Alexandria Cardinals. This one, I think, is going to go to the opposite end, and it may be Francisco Rodriguez with the honors here. And this one will come from the southeast corner of the field. If you're watching on our YouTube channel on the far right. This one bends in, a header is up in the air, and then a ball bouncing on the turf. The Eagles trying to clear it away. The Cardinals have it right at the top of the box. The Eagles looking to challenge, and now St. Cloud Apollo is going to come away with it. So although the ball was in that scoring territory, Alexandria not able to get off a clean shot, and now I think Julian Ramos and Suleiman Abukar were challenging here, and the foul got called on the Cardinals. So Apollo awarded the free kick, and the Eagles will play it up. It's coming up the left side. Abdirahman Salad trying to weave his way through. Now Alexandria is going to play it back. Still no scores. We're into the 30th minute of tonight's match here at Alexandria Area High School's Viking Bank Field. We welcome you to our broadcast coverage tonight. I am DMAC Dave McClurg. One of my favorite athletes to watch from the class of 2025 get some airtime with me tonight. That is Otto Anderson. state champion 300-meter hurdler during the spring season back in 2025. And, of course, he played many years for the Alexandria boys soccer team here. Were you a 4-year varsity letter winner for the Cardinal boys soccer team, Otto?
I was.
Wow. So did we got a possible opportunity here for Alexandria as the Cardinals play it in deep, and now St. Cloud Apollo is going to come out. I was going to ask you, did the speed of the game change from when you were a freshman to your later years as a senior? I mean, did it start to slow down for you at all?
Right away, like little freshman Otto, I just kind of thought everyone was a lot bigger. So I would say it kind of did slow down, or I sped up to the game.
Okay.
Either one. Yeah, definitely the game evolves based off of your opponent or your teammates too.
Okay, very good. The Alexandria Cardinals were trying to clear the ball away from the net area, and the ball spun across the end line, so St. Cloud Apollo is going to be awarded a corner kick here. This one comes in, a challenge for the ball in front. Here's a shot and a goal. And the visitors are going to get the lead here in the 32nd minute of tonight's match. And we're trying to see who got that score for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles, but the Eagles are going to break on top in this one. And Otto, if you see a jersey number, feel free to identify it. I think it's the young man who's walking up, he had his hand on his hip.
Yeah,
here.
I see who it is. I just can't see the number.
Yeah. And I believe it's going to be credited to okay, I know. It's going to be Abdul Rahman, a senior for the Apollo Eagles, and that will come in the 32nd minute. So the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles get the lead on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's now Apollo 1, Alexandria no score. So now we know the Cardinals are going to have to find a goal somewhere during the course of tonight's 80-minute match.
Yeah.
Now the ball is going to be stopped as we have a foul called, and the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles going to get the free kick here. Now the Eagles will use the short passes, and it comes up to Gabriel Jacobson in the middle of the field. Now he's going to send it over into the direction of Eslin Kale. Now up the right side, and now crossover on the dribble. St. Cloud Apollo's attacker getting some space here. That's, I believe, Abdirahman Salad that's trying to work his way through. Now the Cardinals bottle him up and are going to redirect the ball back into the midfield area. We go under 8 minutes remaining, so the 33rd minute of tonight's match is underway. Alexandria trailing St. Cloud Apollo in varsity boys soccer by a score of 1-0. It has been very infrequent this year through the first 8 regular season matches that Alexandria has been down on the scoreboard. But if the Cardinals hope to gain a win or at least a non-loss, they're going to have to come back from a goal down. But still, fortunately, plenty of time.
Yeah.
Now the clearing a ball by the Cardinals as it's sent back the other way. Now Jackson Bertram sending a long ball through, but I think we're going to have
a missed offside call.
Oh, so, okay.
Yep.
So that's going to result, I think the free kick is going to come for Ethan Carlson here. So Ethan is a two-sport fall athlete. I know you played with a teammate, Miles Sandstead, who did that for a while. What are your thoughts about your former soccer teammate suiting up the helmet and pads on Friday nights?
Yeah, I think it's super cool filling in a spot by another incredible athlete. He has big shoes to fill, and I think he's doing a tremendous job.
Yeah, Ethan Carlson didn't play on opening night when Alexandria's football team was down at Chanhassen because soccer is his first sport. So he was the goalkeeper the night the Alexandria Cardinals had a match. So, but he has played the last couple of games, and ironically, Alexandria's won both of those football games. Now we've got a ball coming through, and looking to get to it is Jackson Bertram on the dribble, but he got turned around, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to get it back. Now the Eagles are going to look to clear it up. Kept in here by Sawyer Blair. He's going to play it back, and now the Cardinals will look to regroup here as Bo Jones gets the ball. He's going to send it over to the left side, as the ball working through, but now intercepted by Kale for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. Eagles now sending it off, and it's going to be taken here, as I think it's Abdurrahman Salad playing it. Now it comes back out. Now a ball intercepted here, a challenge by Julian Ramos, and he gets into a tussle with the St. Cloud Apollo player, and I think we're going to have the whistle and a foul on the Apollo Eagles. So free kick here for Alexandria. It's going to come about 70 yards off of the St. Cloud Apollo goal line, and so the keeper, Ethan Carlson, will demonstrate his leg here. He went 6 for 6, by the way, in football extra points the other night. Now a nice kick. How would you describe that shot there on goal by...
Francisco Rodriguez kind of just flicked it right over his head. It cleared all the defenders, and Graham was very close to getting that ball.
Yep,
the goalie swept it right before he could get there.
Yep, Omar Bustillo Chavez keeping it in front of him to keep the hosts off the scoreboard here. A ball up the sideline here, and now again the Eagles have a player going wide, and I think we may have a ball that goes out, and we're going to take our final break during first half play-by-play. Minute number 36 of tonight's match is here, and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys soccer, St. Cloud Apollo leads at Alexandria 1-0.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors, serving your family for generations and generations to come. Great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Along with my broadcast partner for the night, Alexandria Area High School alumnus from the class of 2025, Otto Anderson. I am DMAC Dave McClurg. We've got JP Boleen from the Alexandria Area High School class of 2018. He is a full-time Leighton Media teammate of mine at the station, and he's doing the video work tonight. Steve D., well, he did not graduate from the Alexandria Area High School any class. He's been in the real world a little bit longer than both Otto and JP, but we've got Steve back at the KXRA studio in downtown Alexandria. Right now, St. Cloud Apollo with a 1-0 lead. And Otto, I know that they did stop the clock. Did we have a...
I think Apollo was awarded a yellow card.
Okay. So that's obviously something you don't want to have.
Yeah.
So, anytime that is present, you probably have to have some time on the bench to settle down. So I think Abdirahman Salad was the one who came out of the match a short time ago.
Yeah.
He might have been the one presented with the yellow. So Alexandria able to possess the ball. Again, closing minutes of the opening half here. Now the ball comes into the direction of junior Graham Odland. He's going to send it over to Ramos. Julian Ramos trying to redirect it to the left side. Now looking to get wide here is Patrick Klecker, and the ball gets played out. Alexandria looking to throw it in. Are you seeing, Otto, the Cardinals doing any strategy changes here as we get to the closing minutes of the half?
So far, their play has stayed the same. They might be a little bit tired, I would say. They just kind of got to pick it up in these last 4 minutes here.
And I know that interim head coach Phil Pham mentioned as part of our Jutner Motors pregame show, he was a little bit concerned, getting to the middle of the season like this, can be a bit of a grind. I mean, you're still about a month away from the start of the playoffs, and now we've got a ball coming through, and Ethan Carlson does a nice job coming out. That will be a shot on goal for St. Cloud Apollo, and Carlson will make unofficially his 4th save of the night. Now Alexandria with a quick thrust the other way. Jackson Bertram getting wide. He'll come with a cross here. In front, the header is going to go a little bit wide. And Graham Odland was able to get in front there. And what did you think of Jackson's cross there?
That was a nice cross from Jackson Bertram there. Just barely missed the goal low right left. Yep. So we'll see.
Yep, a goal kick here for St. Cloud Apollo. Tala Muhammad and Mohammed Amin Ahmed back into the match for St. Cloud Apollo. I believe Yasin Guzman Lainez and Eslin Kale will check out. Down to about 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half, so minute number 38 is with us. Of course, you'll hear me sometimes make reference to the time remaining, but usually when you talk about soccer, you talk about time elapsed. And, so when we get into the second half, it might be the first minute of the second half, but it's the 41st minute of the match.
Correct.
Otto, I know that during your high school years, I believe there was an adjustment in terms of how regular season matches are handled. Were you disappointed when overtime disappeared?
You know what? Not really, because most of the time, if we did go into overtime during the regular season, it stayed a tied. So you get those extra 20 minutes, especially if it's an away game, to get home. Some of those nights get late. So I honestly think it was a good rule. And then there's 20 minutes less of possible injuries because the game gets long and your body's fatigued at that point. So I think it was a good rule to change.
Yeah, excellent perspective on your part. I think we go back to the pandemic autumn of 2020, and that was the first year where we actually saw no overtime, and I think right after that it continued to be adopted. Now we've got a strike here. Julian Ramos putting one on net. For those of you watching on our YouTube channel, let's check that out again as Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replay, and a good strike there. Julian Ramos trying to go elevated, but the senior keeper for the Apollo Eagles, Omar Bustillo Chavez, is able to make the save, and now we've got a player for Apollo a little bit slow in getting up. So stoppage here with just over a minute remaining until halftime. I do want to let you know that at intermission, we will have our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. Again, brought to you by our friends at Eldon's, 3rd and Nokomis in Alexandria. Open 7 days a week for your shopping convenience from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Otto, while we got the break in the action, you know, I'm so excited to have you here tonight, and thanks for investing the time to make the road trip down Interstate 94. But in your early weeks as a student at North Dakota State University, has it been a good transition for you?
It has. I would say all my classes are going good. Felt confident going in. I felt prepared. So, yeah, it's been a great transition.
Is there a class a few weeks into your college years that you would consider your most difficult class at this point? Or?
Yeah, when I was registering for classes, I didn't realize I was taking an online trigonometry class. So,
oh, boy.
Yep, the online, I don't do very well, but I'm persevering, and we're getting through it.
Yeah, very good. Is there a class that you consider your most enjoyable right now? Or?
Yeah, I'm in a nutrition science class, and I'm finding that that's very interesting. And, yeah, super cool.
I know I visited with you back in June. After, I believe you and Lydia Oldenkamp joined us for a Cardinal Athlete Profile interview. And I don't know if I asked you then, so apologies if I'm repetitious here. Have you declared a major as of yet, or is that something you have a window of time to do?
Nope. So my major is exercise science. So it's kind of a pre-physical therapy route. So eventually physical therapy would be my goal.
Very good. Well, again, great to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Again, we're about ready to resume play. I believe the player for St. Cloud Apollo that was down on the pitch is now walking off the field on his own power. I think Scott Scholl from Heartland Orthopedic Specialists is making sure that the young man is okay. I believe that was Abdul Rahman, the one who scored the goal for St. Cloud Apollo earlier in this half. And now we've got a stoppage here. And Apollo's going to be awarded a free kick here in the 40th minute. This was a spot of the match last Tuesday night where Alexandria was able to break the scoreless tie. St. Cloud Apollo would like to nudge another one across and double that lead right before halftime. Free kick here for Mohammed Amin Ahmed. And I think we have a stoppage. Another free kick is going to be awarded here. So I think Ahmed is going to take the free kick almost from the spot where he was before. So about 40 to 45 yards away from the goal line. over along the near sideline. So Ahmed's going to try to bend this one toward the net. He does send it through, but he's going to hook it wide of the goal, and I think that's going to drain the remaining time here in the first half of play. So 40 minutes into this one, and the visitors have the lead. We're going to take a break on our late media platforms. Otto and I will return to Viking Bank Field in Alexandria, and at that time we'll get rolling with our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. But now, on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel and on KXRA Radio, enjoy these messages from our Alexandria Cardinals sports boosters.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel. Go Cardinals!
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
At intermission in varsity boys soccer at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria, the undefeated Alexandria Cardinals trail by a goal. It's St. Cloud Apollo 1, Alexandria nothing. Along with my broadcast partner for the evening, Otto Anderson, I am DMAC Dave McClurg, welcoming you to our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. And Otto, I know kind of a neat perspective for you. I hope you're enjoying the experience tonight. But as you watch your alma mater on the field here, what have you seen in terms of what St. Cloud Apollo has shown and what your Alexandria Cardinals have shown here in the first 40 minutes of the match?
Yeah, right away, Alexandria was doing a very good job of possessing the ball, passing through the middle, and they found some good opportunities. Apollo stuck with them, and they were able to crack the first goal, and I think that kind of startled Alexandria a little bit. They kind of fell a little bit flat after that. But towards the end, they picked it back up, and hopefully we'll see what they can do the start of the second half here.
I know you had mentioned at the top of the broadcast when we started the play-by-play aspect, you actually were in Fergus Falls a week ago tonight to watch the Cardinals knock off the Fergus Falls Otters. What did you see out of Alexandria in that victory 7 nights ago?
Yeah, the first half, you could kind of tell they were a little frustrated. They had a lot of opportunities, and they couldn't get one to fall. But the resilience was super impressive as they got one with 16 seconds left to go. So that was good to see that they just kept trying new opportunities, swinging the ball, and that was something that stuck out to me the most.
Being down by a goal here at halftime, it seems to me interim head coach Phil Pham seems to be very even-keeled. That he's not. I would guess he's not the type that's going to have an emotional speech at halftime. I am very impressed, and I really enjoyed conversing and following your old head coach Brandon Johnson, who stepped aside before the start of the season here. But Coach Pham seems to kind of have a game plan that we have a structure that we would like to have. Any idea, Otto? I know that you're not in the clubhouse right now with the teammates at halftime, but what do you think might be being discussed?
Yeah,
I
don't think the Cardinals have anything to be mad about. They've been playing great. Kind of just they need a little extra grit, and one goal will fall, and it's an even game, and they just need one more, and they just got to stay calm.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can do that. Again, we're still a few minutes away from the beginning of half number 2. I do want to let you know, as we try to stay legal here, you are listening to Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer coverage on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. We also have the audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We also thank you for watching our live broadcast tonight. We're on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Big thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinal Sports Play-by-Play. Not only soccer, but Thursday night when we have Alexandria girls swimming and diving on the air, and Friday night when Alexandria hosts Elk River in the Prep Bowl 42 rematch. Those will be available for you to watch on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. You can access the link to that by going to our website, voiceofalexandria.com. It is a 1-0 lead for the visiting St. Cloud Apollo Eagles, as Apollo is trying to hand Alexandria that first loss of the year. Coach Pham's team 5-0-1 in the Central Lakes Conference, 5-0-3 going into tonight's match, which is match number 9 on a 16-game regular season schedule. So tonight, in essence, begins the second half of the regular season for the Cardinal boys soccer team. The statistical numbers really similar with one another. Shots at the goal, each team had 8 in the opening half. Shots on goal, St. Cloud Apollo and Alexandria each had 5. So being that the Eagles have the only score, that means Ethan Carlson has made 4 saves in the opening half, and his counterpart for St. Cloud Apollo, senior Omar Bustillo Chavez, has 5 saves in the opening half. Otto, we got your thoughts on, what might be the discussion points for the Alexandria Cardinals. Being that you are in the broadcasting role tonight, we'll ask you to kind of flip the script and talk about our guest for this evening. If you're St. Cloud Apollo, what might you imagine is being talked about right now, being that you're the team that's up on the scoreboard?
Yeah, being up, you got to just stay composed. You can't get frustrated because the other team's going to come out firing. They're going to want that goal, and you got to stay composed, try and limit them a goal, and just finish out the game, possibly find another goal, shut them down one more. So I would say just the biggest thing is staying composed.
And for the most part, I think both teams have done that, although we have had moments of play where fouls have been whistled. I think 2 yellow cards, both presented to St. Cloud Apollo in that first half of play. And, during the course of your years as a soccer player, Otto, did you ever get a yellow?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Now, you didn't get 2 in a match to turn into a red, did
I've never gotten a red card.
Okay,
so that's good.
That's I would think it would be unfathomable. I mean, just knowing you with our interaction and everything like that. Do you recall? Was it more than 1 yellow card you got during your varsity career, or just 1?
I would say there were probably about 3, maybe
Okay.
4.
All right. When it comes to rivalries, obviously you had the opportunity to play everybody in the Central Lakes Conference. Sometimes you'd play the opponents twice a year. In a number of occasions, it would be once a year. But was there a rival on the Alexandria schedule that you looked forward to as an athlete in the fall season more than any other?
Yeah, definitely the St. Cloud teams like Apollo and Tech, and even Wilmer kind of got there too. It's just when I was playing, that was our section. Those were the top teams. One of us was going to state, so you kind of just wanted to prove yourself right away so that sections came. You had that confidence going into the next game.
Well, it is interesting. St. Cloud Tech has won the section title in boys soccer, I want to say maybe 5 years running now or something along that lines, ever since the Tigers got placed into 8AA as part of the 3-class setup. And, it seems like other teams are trying to pursue St. Cloud Tech. But for Alexandria, that's no longer the case here in 2025 as Alexandria goes into Class AAA in Section 8. And I think Otto's getting recognized by the people here at Viking Bank Field. Big kudos to Mitch Odland, the public address announcer, basically introducing Otto as our broadcaster. Does Jeff James have anything to worry about now, Otto, being that you're behind the mic? I mean, are you could this become addictive for you?
It could. I'm enjoying this a lot. So
okay. Yeah, well, we'll alert Jeff that the reviews have been favorable for you so far. So we'll have to have him redouble his efforts. But again, we appreciate you being here tonight. We are just moments away from the start of the second half. Again, our thanks to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting our mid-game report. Now these words on our latent media platforms from our boosters of Cardinal Sports Programming.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind. Because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that
they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Our second half underway here at Viking Bank Field on the Alexandria Area High School campus. The Apollo Eagles with a 1-0 lead. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, again, Apollo is wearing the light-colored jerseys. Alexandria wearing the dark, kind of the red and black rugby style with the up-and-down stripes. White numerals on the back of the Cardinals jersey. The Eagles players have the blue numerals on both the front and the back of the uniforms, and the word Apollo on the back of the Eagles jersey. In this second half of play, Alexandria is going to flow right to left as you watch. That's basically the way the fans are seeing things here as well. The large majority fans on the west side here at Viking Bank Field. So St. Cloud Apollo will be heading toward the south end of the field here. 1-0 our score as we're now into the 42nd minute of tonight's match. A challenge for possession over on the far side. And it's going to be a throw in here for Alexandria, but then the Eagles weren't able to control on the dribble, so the Cardinals will be awarded another throw in. This one's going to come toward Julian Ramos, and then he tried to flick one ahead. I think it was deflected. Nope, I'm sorry, it went off of Julian Ramos, so Apollo will be awarded the throw in here. Now the ball intercepted and played back the other way by the Alexandria Cardinals, trying to work through the midfield third here. Pass comes back. Ramos now has it for Alexandria on the far side. Tries to get past a St. Cloud Apollo player. I believe that was Abdul Rahman, who ended up scoring the first half goal for the Eagles. Now ball in deep, right outside of the penalty box area. The Cardinals do get one in, and a shot attempt goes a little bit wide. So that ball got played out front, but the shot not on target for the Alexandria Cardinals, and we'll have a goal kick here for St. Cloud Apollo. So Alexandria now with its 9th shot at the goal. 5 of those have been on goalkeeper Omar Bustillo Chavez. Now we've got a early substitution in the second half. Eslin Kale is going to come to the bench, and Gabriel Jacobson, a senior, is back in for the Apollo Eagles. Charlotte Albrecht is the head coach of the St. Cloud Apollo boys soccer team. I believe this is possibly her 3rd year as head coach. I believe she took over for Brad Keller a while back, and she's had some good sides in her head coaching tenure at St. Cloud Apollo. Now the Eagles looking to possess the ball. It comes up to the midfield stripe. Now looking to come the other way is Abdirahman Salad. He's going to strike, and it's going to find the back of the net. It took a hop off of the goalkeeper, Ethan Carlson, and Salad is going to double the lead for St. Cloud Apollo. It's now the Eagles 2, the Alexandria Cardinals no score. On our YouTube channel, we watch the instant replay there, brought to you by Quality Real Estate. And Otto Anderson, I'm sure most times Ethan Carlson gets that ball, but sometimes balls can take funny bounces off the turf.
They do, and you know what? That's going to happen. You just got to pick up your head and move on. Forget about it. 2-0 is the worst lead in soccer. So if the Cards can get one, they're just still one away, and
yep, so it's a 2-goal deficit now for the Alexandria Cardinals. Abdirahman Salad scoring for St. Cloud Apollo in the 44th minute. So Alexandria's got some work to do now, trailing by 2. Here is Patrick Klecker trying to work the ball through. And now St. Cloud Apollo trying to redirect it. Now it's going to be taken here by the Alexandria Cardinals. It's Julian Ramos. Ramos about 45 yards out, looking to drop it off. Now it's going to come to one of his teammates. Now a shot attempt. That's going to be blocked. And then a follow-up shot is going to be bouncing over along the sideline, kept in here by Klecker. Klecker tried to bring it across, but it's going to be intercepted by St. Cloud Apollo. Here comes Abdirahman Salad working his way through. He's being challenged here, and now Salad stops on the dribble, still has it, room to move, and then his shot attempt got blocked. I think Bo Jones got in the way of that shot attempt. The Eagles get it back. Here's Suleiman Abukar handling here along the far side for St. Cloud Apollo. Then back to Salad, but Alexandria bottles him up defensively as Jacobo Ramos will play it away. Cardinals trying to work the ball up into the midfield third. Ryan Sandin playing it over to the right side, and now the Cardinals will bring it into the middle. We're taking it as Graham Odland. The junior will try to send a ball long, and that's going to spin out of bounds, I believe, last touched by the Alexandria Cardinals. Sawyer Blair is about ready to come in, but that will be the next opportunity when Alexandria has to possess the ball. Right now it's St. Cloud Apollo in the possession with the throw-in. Now the ball played up, and it's going to be into traffic. Getting it back is Suleiman Abukar. He is the senior for the Apollo Eagles. 2-0 in favor of St. Cloud Apollo. We are now into minute number 46 of tonight's match. Again, the full time in high school soccer is 80 minutes. Jacobo Ramos is going to play the ball now ahead toward Micah Kitzman. Then it's going to come back. Here's Rogan Anderson sending one through, and it's going to be cleared away by St. Cloud Apollo. I believe this is going to go across the far side, and Alexandria will be awarded the throw-in. So now we will see Sawyer Blair come in for Alexandria. And let's see who
Ryan
gets...
Sandin, I think?
Yep, I believe so. That will be Ryan Sandin checking out here. I think in the starting lineup, Sawyer Blair was in, and Ryan Sandin was one of the early ones off the bench. So in the second half, Ryan Sandin got the start. Now Sawyer Blair back in. Alexandria trailing by 2. Here's Bo Jones possessing the ball for the Cardinals. He'll send it over to the left side. Taking it now, Jacobo Ramos. He'll play it up now toward Graham Odland. Then it comes back. Rogan Anderson has it. Rogan with the ball on the dribble. Swings it over to the right side. St. Cloud Apollo bottling the Cardinal player up. And I think we've got a foul call.
Yep.
So, Otto, this means a free kick, I believe, from about 40 yards away from the goal.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to have that head flick and put it right in the back.
Yep, let's see if Julian Ramos will try to find a teammate in front or if he's going to go with the target shot of his own. He's going to launch it. It's elevated and a header. It's cleared away and loose ball top of the penalty box area. Now St. Cloud Apollo will play it back out. Jacobo Ramos will try to send it on through into the direction of Patrick Klecker. It gets broken up. Now a through ball, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to clear it back the other way. This is going to go out, and that's going to lead us into our first break of the second half. 48th minute of the match, and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer, St. Cloud Apollo leads at Alexandria 2-0.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Back to live action here on KXRA Radio and through your Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. St. Cloud Apollo has committed a foul, and that's going to lead to a free kick right near the midfield stripe for Julian Ramos, the senior for Alexandria. He's going to launch it deep. Coming in, it's going to bounce, and Omar Bustillo Chavez is going to pluck it off the hop. That will be considered a shot on goal, so for Bustillo Chavez, it will be his 6th save of the night. And now he'll punt the ball away. Redirected here by the Cardinals' Bo Jones over to the left side for Patrick Klecker. Now back out. Jacobo Ramos plays the ball ahead. Now it's going to be intercepted. And St. Cloud Apollo looking to go the other way, but Jones is able to get it out of the possession of Abdirahman Salad. Salad scored the second goal a short time ago to give Apollo this 2-goal lead. Now the Cardinals have it. Here's Patrick Klecker. He'll hook the shot, and he finds the back of the net.
Yeah.
So the Alexandria Cardinals are on the board here in the 50th minute. For our YouTube audience, Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replay of the first Alexandria goal of the night. And it comes in minute number 50.
That was a beautiful shot, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get.
Hooked it right in and hit the post and went right in.
Yep, so
couldn't have been any better.
Alexandria has halved the lead. Well, you did make the call a little while ago that the 2-goal lead, it seems in soccer and hockey, is the one that's the toughest to hold on to, because if you yield one, now after you score that 1 goal, you've got some momentum.
Yeah, and this game is all about momentum. Whoever has it, you can just tell, and if you can get the momentum, you'll find another one. So hopefully they can continue pushing the ball back on their side and hopefully get another one here.
Now St. Cloud Apollo is going to come into the offensive end. The ball out at the edge of the penalty box area. Salad's going to send it back, and now we're going to have a challenge here, and Alexandria is going to gain possession. Here is Patrick Klecker. He scored that goal in minute number 50 for Alexandria to get the Cardinals on the board. Apollo has the lead, but now it's a 2-1 game. Now a short pass gets intercepted here by St. Cloud Apollo. Samuel Gipley trying to control on the dribble. It's going to be played back, and now it's going to be possession for the Eagles. Gipley gets it back along the sideline. Now it's going to be played back once more by St. Cloud Apollo. I believe that's Zach Kano. Kano getting it to Ahmed, or Salad rather, and now we're going to have a stoppage, and I think Jacobo Ramos I think we're going to get the exact scoring sequence. Patrick Klecker will get the goal in minute number 50, and credit the assist to Francisco Rodriguez. So we did have a foul, and it's going to result in a free kick here for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. Now this will be along the near sideline, about 30 yards off the goal. This may be Abdul Rahman taking the free kick here. Nope, not him, but rather Mohammed Amin Ahmed, who took the kick. And now we've got a shot, and it's going to be plucked out of the air by the goalkeeper for the Alexandria Cardinals, Ethan Carlson. He'll now punt the ball away. Comes back into the midfield area. Now the Cardinals with a charge. Here's a touch pass ahead. Now a shot, save made, rebound in front, and the goalkeeper, Omar Bustillo Chavez, is going to crash and get to the ball before Alexandria gets a rebound. Again, for our YouTube audience, let's check that out as Quality Real Estate brings you another instant replay. Nice lead ball ahead, and Alexandria seeking the equalizer, but the Cardinals denied by Omar Bustillo Chavez. So it remains a 2-1 lead for St. Cloud Apollo. We're now into minute number 52 of the match. The ball up in the midfield area. Again, as you watch on YouTube, Alexandria is flowing right to left in this second half of play. Now the ball gets cleared out across the side, and I think it's going to be a throw-in for Alexandria. And I think that means we're going to see Ryan Sandin re-enter for the Alexandria Cardinals. And the Eagles will bring Estlin Kale back into the game. So a brief spell on the bench here for Jacobo Ramos. And Apollo's Kahim Artis will it's Jason Guzman Lainez that goes to the bench for St. Cloud Apollo. Now a ball will be thrown in here by the Eagles along the far side. Now a challenge for possession. Julian Ramos able to gain control along the far side. He's going to try to bring it across, but the Eagles deflect the ball out, so we'll have a throw in at the edge of the attacking third on St. Cloud Apollo's side. Alexandria trailing 2-1. DMAC joined by my special broadcast partner for the night, Alexandria Area High School graduate from the class of 2025, Otto Anderson. Very good soccer player back in his playing days, now part of the NDSU men's track and field program, joining us for our special homecoming week broadcast tonight here at Alexandria Area High School Stadium. And are you sensing, Otto, we've played about 13, 14 minutes now of this second half. Have the Cardinals raised their level of intensity from what we saw in the first half?
Definitely, and you can see their confidence level has been up too. They got that one goal, and now they know that they can score, so they just got to go again.
Yeah, here's Ryan Sandin trying to chip the ball up into the midfield area, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to be back to play it. 2-1 Apollo with the lead. Each team has scored here in the second half after the Eagles led 1-0 at the break. Ball goes out, and I believe Alexandria is going to be awarded the throw-in, or nope, I'm sorry. I thought one of the officials was pointing Apollo's way, but it is an Alexandria throw-in, so I had to correct myself after almost making an error off the error. But now the Cardinals trying to possess. Here comes Gabriel Jacobson trying to send a ball through toward Abdirahman Salad. Salad scored Apollo's second goal, which right now is standing up as a possible game-winning goal. It's number 2 on the night for St. Cloud Apollo. Alexandria plays the ball back into the Eagles' end, and now we're going to have Apollo's Zach Kano trying to play it ahead. Ryan Sandin gets it. Now he's going to send it to Graham Odland, up to Patrick Klecker. Klecker at the left side of the penalty box area, trying to work through on the dribble, but pretty good work by Apollo defensively to separate Klecker from the ball there. Now the Eagles will try to generate some offense of their own. Gabriel Jacobson is going to play it back to Abdirahman Salad. Now taking it is Zach Kano for the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles. Now the ball zipped through. Salad has it back here for the Eagles. Now a pass ahead. It's going to be intercepted. Sawyer Blair looking to come the other way, and we're going to have a whistle and I think a foul on the Apollo Eagles, and that should result in a free kick for Alexandria. Now, I see Ethan Carlson coming away from the mouth of the goal, Otto. Could that lead us to believe that Ethan will take the free kick here?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep,
I'll go right here.
Yep, so he's going to send it long and deep and into the middle of the field, getting to it Graham Odland, and I think he's going to try to work it back, and now the ball caroms over to the far side. Julian Ramos is able to keep it in right along the edge of the sideline. Now a crossing attempt and a header, or actually a one-timer shot just to the left of the goal post, and it's shot wide. So
that was a great hustle to keep that ball in play. It led to an awesome opportunity.
Yep, Julian Ramos able to keep play moving, but the shot attempt not finished for Alexandria, so the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles will be awarded a free kick. Jonathan Morales and Suleiman Abukar will re-enter now for Apollo. And I believe we have Jackson Bertram coming in for the Alexandria Cardinals. And now we have a whistle before play is set to resume. And now I believe Omar Bustillo Chavez will take that goal kick here. Playing it up into the midfield area. This one's going to bounce all the way across and out. And we're going to take a 30-second break of our own. We're into the 58th minute of tonight's match. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity boys soccer. St. Cloud Apollo leads the Alexandria Cardinals 2-1.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
As we come back to the live action at Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School, the Cardinal boys soccer team trails by a goal at 2-1. Alexandria trying to gain possession as the Cardinals seem to be playing with some momentum right now, even though trailing 2-1 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Play will be stopped as the ball went out along the near sideline, so the Eagles will have the opportunity to throw it in. St. Cloud Apollo 6-3-1 on the season coming in. Alexandria, meanwhile, at 5-0-3, undefeated under interim head coach Phil Pham. Now the ball caroms off an Apollo player out of bounds, and the Cardinals will be, it's going to be off Alexandria. Yeah. So Apollo with the throw in here. And it's going to be Kano that will trigger it in for St. Cloud Apollo. Now a ball up in the air, redirected on a header by the Cardinals' Ryan Sandin. Now back into the midfield area. Bertram trying to track the ball down, but it's going to be Mohammed Amin Ahmed tracking it for St. Cloud Apollo. Now to Jacobson, then to Kale. Then through the middle, over into the direction of Suleiman Abukar. Now here's a challenge. Julian Ramos getting to it, and then it is off his possession. St. Cloud Apollo getting it back. Jacobson will play it wide to the left, and now it's going to be back out, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to reset. We're approaching the midpoint of the second half. We're into the 60th minute of tonight's match. It's Alexandria trailing St. Cloud Apollo in boys soccer by a 2-1 score. Otto Anderson is joining yours truly, DMAC, for the play-by-play. We've got JP Boleen as our videographer for the coverage on our YouTube channel. Here's an elevated shot coming off the foot of Eslin Kale, and Ethan Carlson will make the save. That will be his 5th on the night. Actually, 5 saves tonight for senior goalkeeper Ethan Carlson. Now the ball worked out toward midfield, and St. Cloud Apollo will regain control. Now a challenge here, and Alexandria has a 3-on-3 coming. Here comes Julian Ramos. Ramos trying to work through. Top of the penalty box, takes the shot, and he elevated it too high. It's going to go over the net, not a play. Otto, do you wonder if Julian might have wanted to have shot that maybe a little bit sooner?
I think he did the right idea, just had to keep the ball a little lower. He kind of got the ball a little bit too far in front of him, and that's what caused it to go straight up in the air. But no, I think he had the right idea, just didn't execute as well.
Julian Ramos will check out. Cohen Medway is back into the game here for Alexandria in minute number 61. Goal kick here for St. Cloud Apollo, and Alexandria is going to knock it down. The Cardinals have it at the edge of the attacking third, down 2-1. Here's a ball intended for Francisco Rodriguez, but it goes wide. Now it's going to be played here. A challenge as the Cardinals trying to possess it, but St. Cloud Apollo sends it the other way. Now trying to work through. Rogan Anderson got a foot on the ball. Now it's over into the direction here of Medway. Now St. Cloud Apollo has it back. Here's Francisco Rodriguez now gaining control, but again, he's marked pretty well by St. Cloud Apollo as the Eagles have it back. 2-1 Apollo with the lead. We're a little more than midway now through the second half as the 62nd minute of the match is underway. As the ball goes out of bounds, Alexandria will be awarded the throw-in. Ryan Sandin will trigger it in for the Alexandria Cardinals. Cardinals trailed earlier by 2 before Patrick Klecker got his team on the board on a pretty feed by Francisco Rodriguez. So right now, Apollo up by 1. That was the margin for the Eagles at the half. Both teams have scored here in the second half. Now we've got a possession that's, I believe, going to go to Alexandria. As Klecker did a nice job there defending the Apollo ball handler, Eslin Kale. Now Julian Ramos will re-enter here for Alexandria. Sandin will trigger it into the direction of Ramos, but now it's going to be taken by St. Cloud Apollo. That's Samuel Gipley handling it. Now it's going to come over to one of his teammates. Now an interception and a thrust the other way. Graham Odlin trying to work out on the front end, and Apollo has a couple of defenders back. Ball gets played up the sideline, kept in now by Sawyer Blair. He's going to try to redirect it toward the middle of the field. Now Ramos has it. That's Julian Ramos for Alexandria. Over to Francisco Rodriguez. Back to Julian Ramos. Now a bouncing ball at the top of the box and a shot deflected over the net. But it should mean a corner kick here for Alexandria.
Yeah.
Otto, how about that work by your Cardinals there?
That was good work. They stayed pushing the ball up. They stayed aggressive, stayed on the ball, and they got a corner kick out of it. So the corner kick, I believe, is going to come from the far right
corner.
Side, yeah. And these are the corner kicks you want to convert on. After putting in so much work to almost get that chance, you want to convert right here.
Alexandria looking for the equalizer here in the 64th minute of the match. It's St. Cloud Apollo 2, Alexandria 1. It'll be Francisco Rodriguez to take this corner kick from the right corner. He bends it in. It's coming across, and I saw a flag go up. Is that ball?
Yeah, so the ball must have been out of bounds and kind of curved back inbound. So
I see. So
once it crosses this plane, the ball is out of bounds. It doesn't. It's not like basketball where it has to touch the ground.
All right, so the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles will possess on a goal kick here. I think we see Cohen Medway re-entering here for Alexandria as one of his teammates checks out for a brief rest. Is that Graham Odlin?
Yep.
He goes to the bench, but it's likely we'll see him back in very soon.
Oh, yeah.
65th minute of our match. Now here it's St. Cloud Apollo leading 2-1. Goal kick comes out, but Alexandria is going to stay on the attack here. Here comes Francisco Rodriguez. He'll bend one in front. Little chip shot, and it's going to go over the net.
Another good look. Another good look.
I want to tell you, Alexandria is doing a nice job at getting some pressure on here, but yet to find that equalizing goal as St. Cloud Apollo continues to lead. Now we'll have Abdirahman Salad re-entering for St. Cloud Apollo. He'll spell Sebastian Machado. Now a ball touched by Bo Jones. Now it comes back to Rogan Anderson, now to Jones. Then he tried to find Ryan Sandin. Instead, the ball goes to Patrick Klecker. Klecker up the left side for the Cardinals. Now will send one across into the direction of Julian Ramos. Ramos on the dribble, trying to work through. He'll take the shot right on the goalkeeper, Omar Bustillos Chavez, and he will make the save. And that's now 9 saves for Bustillos Chavez in tonight's match. So Alexandria continues to put the pressure on, but still no equalizer for the hosts. Alexandria down 2-1 here in the second half. It's DMAC and Otto Anderson as my broadcast partner tonight as we come to you live from Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School. St. Cloud Apollo working it in deep. Now the ball on the opposite side of the field at the edge of the penalty box area. The Eagles unable to complete a cross, so they're going to keep the ball out. Now it's going to be a throw-in for Alexandria. Let's go to another break here. 30-second timeout. Second half in boys soccer on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Apollo leads at Alexandria 2-1.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
The Alexandria Cardinals still down by a goal, looking for that equalizer. Still some time to play, but we're into minute number 68 of the match. Again, full time is 80 minutes in high school soccer. Along with Otto Anderson from the Alexandria Area High School class of 2025, multiple varsity letters won with the Alexandria track and field and boys soccer teams. He's my broadcast partner tonight, filling in admirably for Jeff James. Right now, Otto's alma mater trailing by a goal at 2-1, and here we see Graham Odlin coming back in, Otto. So he got in terms of real time, he probably got about a 3 to 4 minute rest there.
Yeah, and that's enough time just to grab some water and take a couple breathers and get right back out there.
In my impression, it seems to be a warm night, a little bit humid. As a player, how do you cope with elements such as we have tonight?
Yeah, honestly, just stay moving. You create a natural breeze, and that kind of helps. So I would just say keep moving, get some water in you at halftime, and you should be all right.
Yep, Julian Ramos was trying to move with possession, but he got stopped, and St. Cloud Apollo regains possession of the ball. And now I believe Estlin Kale goes to the turf, and I think the Cardinals are going to be called for a foul here. So this will be a free kick for St. Cloud Apollo. Again, this is the only meeting of the year between Alexandria and Apollo. So in the Central Lakes Conference point standings, this is considered a two-point game.
Yeah, that'll make it even more competitive.
Yep, and if somehow these teams end up in a draw at the end, then each team gets 1 point. But right now, Apollo wants to get selfish going for the 2, and they are a little more than 11 minutes away from making that happen. But I believe we've got a whistle due to offsides. So free kick will be forthcoming for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria has been able to put some more pressure on goalkeeper Omar Bustillo Chavez. I think 5 shots on goal this half for Alexandria. Only the goal by Patrick Klecker has been the dent that Bustillo Chavez has been able to let in. He's kept everything else in front. Now Julian Ramos with an opportunity about 20 yards, 25 yards out. Had the ball knocked off his foot. Still trying to control on the dribble here. Now has it at the edge of the box, but again, St. Cloud Apollo able to turn him around. Here comes another ball that comes in front. And now I think Ryan Sandin's going to send one toward the net up in the air. And Omar Bustillo Chavez, the goalkeeper for the Apollo Eagles, is going to pluck it out of the air. So now 10 saves for the Apollo senior goalkeeper in the first 70 minutes of this match. Now it's going to be Patrick Klecker trying to dribble through, but the Eagles clear it back to Alexandria's defensive backfield where Bo Jones will take it. Now a ball redirected by Rogan Anderson. Then it's going to be collected here by the Apollo Eagles. Abdirahman Salad is going to play it ahead. Now he's got it on the dribble. Salad stops right along the sideline. He's defended here, if you will, by Ryan Sandin of Alexandria. Ball comes out now to Eslin Kale. Then it's going to be played back. Now a shot attempt, and this one's going to be wide of the target. So the Eagles, Abdullah Rahman, not able to get one on target there. And it will be a goal kick here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Ball comes up to the midfield area, takes a couple of bounces on the field turf, and St. Cloud Apollo will redirect. Now a ball comes, and Francisco Rodriguez kind of doing the backward heel
flick.
Sent up the field. Now the Cardinals will work it in deep, and Omar Bustillo Chavez will come out, and he'll cover the ball up before Alexandria can get a shot. I think Graham Odlin was trying to work his way toward that ball. Now the Cards have it back, and did I hear a whistle? Or?
Yeah, so I think the goalie stepped outside of the box before he kicked it, so essentially that's a handball.
Oh, really?
Right outside the box.
So Alexandria is going to be awarded a free kick right at the edge of the penalty box area.
Yeah.
So about 20 yards off the goal line, but at an angle this shot would need to come toward the St. Cloud Apollo goalkeeper. Can the Cardinals try to get the equalizer here in minute number 72?
Yeah.
Let's see. You've got Julian Ramos there standing near the ball, but I think another teammate there. I don't know if that's
Sawyer Blair, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know if Blair will strike or if it'll be Ramos that will strike.
I think it's going to be Ramos.
Yep, it will, as Sawyer Blair backs away. So Julian Ramos has a couple of Apollo defenders standing right near him, but now I think Julian Ramos is getting some space granted so that he can have some space to strike that ball toward the net.
Yep.
So now he's got a little space to shoot. Let's see if he can curl one and maybe find a top shelf somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Make this a 2-2 game. Julian Ramos seeking for the equalizer here. Puts one toward the net. It's going to be cleared away, but I believe headed out by St. Cloud Apollo across the end line. So Alexandria is going to be awarded a corner kick here.
Yep.
So the Cardinals will get another scoring opportunity. Here comes Micah Kitzman back in for Alexandria. And I believe Gabriel Jacobson will come back onto the pitch for St. Cloud Apollo. I think this is Francisco Rodriguez over along the far side.
Yep.
Taking the corner for Alexandria. He's awaiting the approach to the ball here. And it bends in, up in the air, a header, and it's going to be into the goal! The Cardinals are going to score off the corner kick.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Nope. It was right on the outside.
Okay, outside of the goal. I thought there was some celebration, but I think the claps were in frustration. So no equalizer there off the corner kick.
Kind of looked like it up here, but.
Yep. Well, thank you for clarifying that, Otto. So hopefully there will be another one that will legitimately count.
Yeah.
Ethan Carlson's going to send a long ball up ahead toward Graham Odland. He's battling for possession. I believe it's tipped out, and we're going to have a stoppage throw in for the Cardinals. Quickly thrown in by Rogan Anderson over into the direction of Graham Odland, and then the Eagles get it back and are going to clear it back to midfield. Bo Jones redirects now. It's Julian Ramos getting to the ball. Ramos playing it over to the right side now towards Sawyer Blair. Blair comes through on a crossing attempt, knocked down, and then a flick, if you will, by the Cardinals' Patrick Klecker, and then the Eagles are able to clear it back. Bo Jones will knock it down with his body, and now it's going to be played back by St. Cloud Apollo. We're into the 74th minute of the match, so it's getting late. Alexandria trailing by a 2-1 score. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now a challenge for possession, and St. Cloud Apollo has it. Here comes the ball into the direction of Abdirahman Salad. Salad scored the second goal of the night that gave the visitors a 2-0 lead. And right now that is standing up as the possible game-winning goal if Alexandria does not get the equalizer. Here is Julian Ramos possessing at midfield, working on the dribble. Still has it on the dribble. Now Ramos is going to feed one ahead. It comes up the right side, now back to Ramos. 25 yards out, takes the shot. It's a little bit wide. So he was able to get some space to shoot, but the shot is not on target. Otto, what did you think about that last surge by the Alexandria Cardinals?
That's exactly what they got to do. Just got to keep going, keep pushing, and hopefully one will fall for them.
So a goal kick will be forthcoming here for St. Cloud Apollo. Again, the Eagles trying to do something that no opponent has done so far this year, and that's knock Alexandria off in boys soccer. The Cardinals 5-0-3 coming in. Last year when these two teams played head-to-head, Otto Anderson, my broadcast partner, was on the field when the Cardinals got a win at St. Cloud Apollo 2-1.
Yep.
So we don't want the visitors winning by a 2-1 score here.
Oh, and they definitely want that revenge, so they came out to play.
Here's Ethan Carlson sending a high ball that's going to take a bounce, and now we've got a stoppage. I think we have a free kick. Let's take our final 30-second break during play-by-play. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates, and right now, St. Cloud Apollo leads at Alexandria 2-1.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community. As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
As we come back to the live action, Alexandria being awarded a free kick. Julian Ramos sent it toward the net. Cleared out by St. Cloud Apollo across the sideline. We're now into the stretch run of this 80-minute match, and Alexandria still searching for the tying goal, trailing by a 2-1 score. Micah Kitzman will throw it in for Alexandria into the middle of the field. Ball gets knocked down. St. Cloud Apollo is going to clear it over to the far side. Sawyer Blair is going to try to control for Alexandria. Now a challenge along the sideline. I think Blair had it, and then the Eagles will sweep it across the sideline. Again, St. Cloud Apollo trying to earn win number 7 on the year, and this would be one of their more enjoyable wins if they can secure it, because Alexandria came in not only leading the Central Lakes Conference, but Alexandria 5-0-3 going into this match. Now Ethan Carlson sends a long ball ahead, takes a bounce. It's going to be redirected by St. Cloud Apollo. The Eagles are going to play it back into the midfield third. Down into the 77th minute of the match. Alexandria trailing St. Cloud Apollo in boys soccer. It's a 2-1 lead for the visiting Eagles. Again, Alexandria has not lost in 8 matches so far. Francisco Rodriguez getting possession of the ball. Sends one through. This will be to the keeper, Omar Bustillos Chavez, and he is going to collect the ball there. And now we'll look to punt it away. Again, he's a left-footed punter for the Apollo Eagles. Ball takes a big bounce on the turf, another big bounce, and then I think we've got a foul on Apollo, and that's going to mean a free kick. Cardinals down to less than 3 minutes of time in the match. They need to utilize that wisely and get the equalizing goal. Otherwise, the Cardinals are going to drop the homecoming match to St. Cloud Apollo. Here's a ball that comes through into the middle of the field. Going to take a bounce now. It's off the foot of a Cardinal player, then cleared away by Apollo. Here comes Ethan Carlson, well out of the goal. He's going to send one long through the middle of the field. It's going to be redirected on a header by St. Cloud Apollo. Now Francisco Rodriguez battles an Eagle player, and it's going to be St. Cloud Apollo's Kahim Artis getting to the ball, and now he and Patrick Klecker go down. I think we're going to have a throw-in as the ball works out, and Artis a little bit slow in getting up, so I believe the clock will be stopped here as we're about to go into minute number 79 of the match. Scott Scholl from Heartland Orthopedic Specialists is going to come out and examine the St. Cloud Apollo player. And then the lady wearing the hooded sweatshirt, that's the head coach of the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles, Charlotte Albrecht, coming out to make sure that her player's all right. So, Otto, again, in essence, this is kind of like a 2-minute warning. Normally, we don't apply that to the sport of soccer, but
it is.
What must Alexandria do on these final 122 seconds of the match?
They got to catch their breath and really finish out the last 2 minutes by just attacking the goal as much as they can.
You know, it's interesting because soccer is a game with continuous play, and, unlike football and unlike basketball, you don't get timeouts.
No, you don't.
In essence, is this kind of a silver lining type thing? You don't want to see a player get hurt for either side, but again, I would think this allows you, if you're Alexandria, a chance to regroup.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll see that sometimes teams will come together in these intermission type things. But overall, I'd really just catch your breath, calm down, think about what you have to do, and go after it.
The injured player for St. Cloud Apollo heading over to the bench now. This may be Jason Guzman-Lainez that he'll check out, and Alexandria will be awarded the throw-in, and we're about set to resume play. Apollo 2, Alexandria 1 in boys soccer. And again, a clearing ball, and it's going to be sent in by Rogan Anderson. Now a ball chipped up to the edge of the attacking third. It's going to be taken here as Auden Zeller is going to send it across. Now a crossing ball in front, cleared away by St. Cloud Apollo. Now Ryan Sandin was looking to approach the ball, and St. Cloud Apollo's Abdirahman Salat is going to come the other way. He sends it long, now working up on the dribble, and we have a ball that crosses the end line. Let's see if the Eagles are going to get a corner kick here, or if it's just a standard.
I think it is a corner kick.
Yep, and boy, St. Cloud Apollo happy to get that.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate for the Cardinals, as they can just take their time getting down the field, waste some time.
Yep, down to basically 75 seconds to go on the match. Short ball on the corner kick, then a crossing attempt, and that's going to go wide. So a goal kick now for Alexandria, and we might be at the point of the match where the Cardinals need to score on this next thrust up the field. They might not get many more opportunities the rest of the night.
No.
Rodriguez will send a header ball up the field, but it's redirected by St. Cloud Apollo. Challenge for possession here. Julian Ramos trying to collect it, but now Eslin Kale's going to send it the other way. And again, Apollo's going to let that ball roll, but Ethan Carlson's going to come out. He'll send one long. We're into the 80th minute of the match. Time running short on Alexandria. Here's a ball coming toward the keeper, Omar Bustillos Chavez. He's going to scoop it. He'll be very deliberate, waiting until the last possible second to punt it away. and he's going to send it up into the midfield third. Julian Ramos has it, about 20 seconds to go. Ramos on the dribble, feeding ahead, but it's cleared away by St. Cloud Apollo. Over to the near sideline, taking it is Auden Zeller. Time running out on Alexandria. Patrick Klecker bottled up, and I think time is going to run out, and St. Cloud Apollo is going to emerge from Alexandria, spoiling the Cardinals' homecoming match, although we're going to have some discussion here. I think the Cardinals are feeling that there should have been a foul called and the opportunity for a free kick, but the Apollo Eagles players come off the sideline in celebration as this game has been declared over. And St. Cloud Apollo hands the Alexandria Cardinals their first loss in 2025 after the Cardinals begin the year at 5-0-3. So each team scores once in the second half. St. Cloud Apollo, once it got the first half lead, never gave the lead up. The Cardinals would score last, but Alexandria goes down to defeat. Final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard tonight reads St. Cloud Apollo 2, Alexandria 1. That's going to do it for our play-by-play. We're going to take a break, and then we'll get rolling in just a few minutes with our post-match coverage brought to you by Juntner Motors of Alexandria. But right now, on our Leighton Media platforms, let's enjoy these words from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Better water starts with Eco Water. Get started today and discover Eco Water's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
At Viking Bank Field inside the Alexandria Area High School Stadium, a result that we had not yet seen in 2025 until tonight. The Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer team's undefeated record to start the year is no longer. The Cardinals get a 2-1 loss as St. Cloud Apollo comes into Alexandria and prevails. And the Cardinals now suffer the first defeat of the year after starting the year 5-0-1 in the conference and 5-0-3 overall. But now Alexandria will play the rest of the week on the road, and they'll have a couple of really good challenges coming up with St. Cloud Tech on Thursday, and then the road trip to Elk River on Saturday. So a 3-event week for the Alexandria boys soccer team. We welcome you to our Jutner Motors post-match coverage as we come to you on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. We've got the audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And our thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our YouTube coverage. Otto Anderson has joined us tonight as my guest broadcaster, filling in for Jeff James. And Otto will talk a little bit about the action on the field, and hopefully we'll have an Alexandria player coming up in just a few minutes. But your thoughts in the moments after this game wraps up. Alexandria yielded that first half goal, and then I thought the Cardinals may have had the edge in play in the second half, but just could not find that equalizer.
No, and it was frustrating them. They had so many opportunities, and it just wouldn't fall, but they kept going at it, which was great for them. They played super well, I thought, all throughout the whole game. They didn't get the outcome they wanted.
Yeah, and as you kind of reflect, 3 goals scored in the match. The visitors got the first 2, and I still think, that goal in the second half, I believe it was scored by Abdirahman Salad to make it a 2-0 lead. In a sense, maybe it was a quality shot on his part, but takes a weird bounce on the turf, and I think most times Ethan Carlson probably gets that.
Yep, and you could tell after the goal he was a little bit frustrated, so I think it did kind of take a wicked bounce. Not much you can do about that. It's just how it happens. So kind of an unlucky thing for Alexandria, but they pushed through that, and they did well.
Yep, the Alexandria Cardinals go down by a score of 2-1. I believe we're going to have multiple players joining us upstairs as part of our post-match coverage here. So we will bring them on en masse here. So I think it's 3 players overall that will be coming up with us. Patrick Klecker being one of those, and we're going to kind of get things positioned around, I think, JP. Patrick, do you want to hold the microphone, or do you want me to hold the mic? Or? I can hold that. Okay, very good. Anyway, as you're watching on our YouTube channel, we've got Patrick wearing the jersey. We've got Otto Anderson in the center of the picture, and I'm off to the right here. Our post-match conversation being brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their selection anytime online at qualitytoyota.net. You can also visit when you're in Fergus Falls. Their showroom is located on West Lincoln Avenue. Patrick, DMAC, and I'm sure you know this guy off to your left here pretty well, but for those that are listening on the radio and they're not watching on the YouTube channel, when you suit up on game night, what is your number in terms of your jersey number?
I'm number 11.
Has 11 been your jersey number all throughout your varsity years, or?
Well, I wanted it my freshman year, but didn't get it. But sophomore and junior, yeah, it's been my number.
Very good, and I would presume you will hold on to number 11 for the remaining varsity years and everything?
Yeah, I'm planning on it. Very
good. Patrick, you would end up getting the finish for the Alexandria Cardinals in the second half. At that time, it made it a 2-1 game. You haven't had this feeling really all throughout the season so far, trying to react after a loss, but as you kind of process what did happen over the last couple of hours, why did Alexandria come up 1 goal short in this match?
Well, I think that we just started the game off slow. We picked it up at the end, but it just wasn't enough to get the job done.
Yeah, did it surprise you that the play was a little bit sluggish at the outset of the match?
Yeah, it did surprise me, but we were just getting gassed out there. So
this is a night where it was rather warm. I think the temperature not that far away from 80 at the start. Obviously, it cooled down a little bit as the night went along, but as a player, I know you got to play in a lot of different conditions, whether it be summer, heck, we could have snowflakes coming down, and you still might be playing. But what do you have to do to be an effective player when we have weather elements like this?
Well, when it's hot out, it's good to hydrate. Like, that means just drinking water before the game, not just during it. So I feel like that's the most important part.
Very good. We are visiting with Patrick Klecker. He is our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of tonight's match. Patrick, let's talk a little bit about your second half goal. Of course, you got the finish. I think Francisco Rodriguez was able to feed you the ball. Can you put into words that sequence that led to your score?
Well, so Fran had a great run down the line, and he just tapped it to the side, and I was able to make a good finish on it.
Very good. Before I bring the broadcast partner of the night in, do you have any dirt on Otto Anderson that you wanted to share with our listening audience?
Not any.
All right, we tried to pry it out of him, but honestly, I don't know if the man has dirt at all. He's one of the great people that I've had the opportunity to watch as a student athlete. So, Otto, I will let you and your former teammate, Patrick Klecker, interact for a couple of minutes, and then I'll jump back in.
Yeah, well, first of all, that was an amazing goal. That was awesome to watch. After that, the momentum kind of shifted. How would you... Yeah, how would you say that was?
Well, yeah, after the goal, we definitely shifted. We had a lot of opportunities, but including myself, I just couldn't get any in the net.
Yeah.
In terms of what you were doing in attacking against Apollo's goalkeeper, who, like your teammate, is an upperclassman, Omar Bustillo Chavez, is the Apollo Eagles goalkeeper. How did you feel about the number of shots you were able to put on him, and how would you assess his performance in the net to make sure that you didn't get a tie or a victory?
Well, we had a lot of shots, but they weren't necessarily good shots. He didn't have any amazing saves, but we were just shooting them at him. So
I know that obviously it's tough to bounce back from a loss, but they do happen. And the nice thing, Patrick, there's still so much of the season to play. But and I would think, in spite of this defeat, you do have some goals out in front of you. You're still a major player in the Central Lakes Conference to try to get a CLC title. Obviously, I think Thursday night's game down at St. Cloud Tech probably holds a little more importance, trying to rebound from a loss. But what do you anticipate Coach Pham and his staff and your team will be focusing on tomorrow when you get the opportunity to prepare for the Thursday 5 p.m. match against St. Cloud Tech?
I think we're just going to work on getting sharper passes and better touches. Just looking forward to the game against Tech.
I know that Tech is no longer a section rival. St. Cloud Tech has won a number of section championships in a row. Alexandria goes into Class AAA this year in Section 8, so you've got Brainerd and Moorhead and Bemidji, Buffalo, and St. Michael Albertville among the rivals now. But what are your thoughts, Patrick, about being in this new home for the postseason?
It's not like our favorite thing, but I think we'll still get the job done.
I know I gave you the opportunity to throw some dirt on Otto Anderson. I'll flip the script here. How enjoyable was it to have Otto as a teammate, as he was for you for at least a couple of years of your varsity career?
It was great just being able to send the ball and he'll just run after and score a goal.
Yeah, is he a player that you can emulate, kind of learn from his work habits and things like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Are there other influences that you would consider positive influences, whether they be current or past teammates for your soccer playing?
Yeah, honestly, just everyone on our team right now is just a great influence on each other.
Very good. Patrick, we're going to talk to you as we get into the break here, but thanks so much for the comments after the match. Good luck to you and the Alexandria Cardinals, not only at St. Cloud Tech on Thursday, but over the weekend in Elk River, and have a good homecoming week as well.
Thank you.
There is Patrick Klecker, our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Player of tonight's match. Again, St. Cloud Apollo gets the win in Alexandria by a final score of 2-1. More of our Juttner Motors post-match coverage from Alexandria Area High School Stadium after this timeout.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Juttner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juttner Motors your best price dealer.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind. Because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out.
Back one final time at Viking Bank Field inside Alexandria Area High School Stadium, where the St. Cloud Apollo Eagles go home with a 2-1 win over Alexandria in varsity boys soccer. I think the rest of the Central Lakes Conference, especially those teams challenging for the lead like Ricori and St. Cloud Tech and Apollo, and even for that matter Wilmer, will probably be happy to see this result come through because it drags Alexandria back into the pack a little bit. The Cardinals gain no points out of a possible 2, and St. Cloud Apollo gets the 2 points with the victory. The scoring recap here, Abdul Rahman scores the only goal of the first half. He nets that in the 32nd minute to make it 1-0 for Apollo at the half. The Eagles score early in the second half as Abdirahman Salad, the sophomore, able to skirt one on the turf, and it kind of spun in a funky way toward goalkeeper Ethan Carlson, and I think he was trying to go to the turf to retrieve it, and it took a bounce over him and into the left side of the net. 2-0 for Apollo in the 44th minute after the Salad goal. And then Francisco Rodriguez was able to feed a pass up ahead to our post-match guest, that being junior Patrick Klecker. And Klecker would get the finish on the goal in the 50th minute. I think what we're going to do is we're going to credit the player that got the assist there, senior Francisco Rodriguez. His pass to set up Klecker's goal will be our Culver's play of tonight's game. So the assist on the goal for senior Francisco Rodriguez, our Culver's play of tonight's match. So Francisco is going to receive a nice prize from Culver's Restaurant in Alexandria. Culver's, delicious. Numbers in terms of shots at the goal tipped really heavily in favor of Alexandria in the second half. For the match, 18 shots at the goal for the Cardinals. 11 of those went on goalkeeper Omar Bustillo Chavez. So the senior keeper for the Eagles had 10 saves on the night. St. Cloud Apollo had 11 shots at the goal, 7 on goal, so Ethan Carlson, the senior and netminder for Alexandria, would end up with 5 saves in the match. So Alexandria's season-opening undefeated streak is no more. The Cardinals fall to 5-1-1 in the Central Lakes Conference, now 5-1-3 overall. Again, Alexandria still has some more conference matches coming up. Still have yet to play St. Cloud Tech this coming week. Sauk Rapids Rice remains on the schedule. I believe the home competition with Wilmer is still on the schedule. So Otto Anderson, Alexandria still very much in the Central Lakes Conference race. One loss is not going to torpedo Alexandria's chances to get at least a share of the conference title, but it probably makes a pretty balanced race at the top even more balanced after tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It'll make it interesting, and now just all the other teams are wanting it just a little bit more, knowing they have a better chance. So, yeah, just they got to keep on with these conference games and coming out with the W.
So Alexandria will be on the road the rest of the week. The Cardinal boys soccer team at St. Cloud Tech. Again, that's a varsity doubleheader at Tiger Stadium in St. Cloud. The boys matchup between Tech and Alexandria will be first at 5, and then the varsity girls match between the St. Cloud Crush and the Alexandria Cardinals will follow at 7. Those are the only regular season meetings in girls soccer and boys soccer for those Alexandria teams. Otto, before we do let you go, I know that you were gracious enough to visit your hometown tonight to be on the air. Of course, you enrolled at North Dakota State University and you're part of the men's track and field program. Are you already doing stuff in related to Bison men's track and field even here in the fall?
Yep, so we just started our second week of official practicing. And then before that, we had 2 weeks of captain's practice.
Okay.
So we've started practice.
So how has the experience as a Division I athlete been for you so far?
It's been pretty good. The transition obviously is a little bit more intense in high school, but that's just something you prepare for over the summer, knowing I made the decision to be this athlete. And the transition, I would say, has just been awesome and a great opportunity, and I've been really liking it.
You know, you were our last guest along with Lydia Oldenkamp last spring to wrap up our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete Profile interview series. That occurred after the State Track and Field Championships wrapped up. Again, it's been several months since the track championships, but wrapping up your career as the state champion in the 300-meter hurdles, obviously that has gotten to sink in, but considering you ran the fastest time of anybody in the state in a championship heat in any one of the 3 classes, how remarkable is that?
Yeah, it's just very remarkable. I'm super proud of myself, all the work that I put into it, and super happy to see the results that I wanted.
So obviously at NDSU with captain's practice and now official practice, do you have an indoor meet schedule that will come up later on in maybe January or February?
Yeah, no, I even think our first meet's in December.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
okay.
Officially our season will start right after Thanksgiving.
Oh, good heavens. So
yeah, it'll be a long season, but we'll get through it.
I know that when you and Lydia joined us for our Cardinal Athlete Profile interview series, you had threw the idea in the air about maybe possibly considering the heptathlon or the decathlon. Are those still something that you might be involved with in your track and field career at NDSU?
I would say possibly in the future. Probably not this year. We have a bunch of upperclassmen in that role already, and so they get first dibs. So mainly I'll be doing 400s and 400 hurdles, possibly 400 4x4 relays. Just that 400, possibly even an 800, which I don't know.
All right.
We'll see how that one goes, but.
Well, very good. Otto, again, thanks so much for taking the time out to come back home and watch your alma mater. I thought it was a great night to have you on the air. I know the outcome may not be of the most favorable, but it was a great match between the Eagles and the Cardinals, and I know I enjoyed watching you as an Alexandria athlete and wish you all the best at NDSU.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That is Otto Anderson, my broadcast partner of the night as he fills in for Jeff James. JJ will be back with us in October when we have more Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer and girls soccer coverage. In fact, our next match broadcast will be Thursday night, October 2nd, when Little Falls visits Alexandria for varsity girls soccer. That will be a 7 p.m. start. My thanks to all of the boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming that presented our coverage tonight. Special thanks to Juttner Motors in Alexandria for presenting our post-match coverage. Steve D has been our KXRA radio studio engineer, and JP Bolin has been on hand with the live video for our YouTube streaming broadcast tonight. Again, the final score in varsity boys soccer, St. Cloud Apollo hands Alexandria its first loss of the year. The Apollo Eagles come to Viking Bank Field and defeat the Alexandria Cardinals 2-1. For Otto Anderson, this is D-Mac saying so long from Viking Bank Field in Alexandria.